And since it's buffering now, I am Eskimo, and we are here to look at the VOD between you guys and GEBaited. Let's get into it.
Hey, just had to. Sometimes you just got to take some time to do some self care, and so for the last week, that's kind of what I've been doing.
I love the
While
casters,
I'm
but
here, I
this
want to.
isn't about them at the moment, so let's skip ahead. Hopefully, my god awful internet will let me do so.
Zarya Reinhardt composition. Darkstorm might have killed himself in the spawn. So it looks like they're going to have relatively traditional picks right now.
Alright, so we are running
Maybe going for
a
that goats comp that we've been
Brig,
using.
McCree,
Maybe we'll start
Hanzo,
now.
Mercy,
Maybe on the attack
Ryan
side,
Zarya, right?
we'll definitely see that. They want to make
So
sure that they have
the
the
first
lead
thing that we gotta take into account
to go
when running
forward.
this comp here is that we are very vulnerable to grabs because we have no defensive ult. We are very offensive, so we have to go
GEBaited is picking. They're
and take
also going
fights with
the
Brig.
Zarya Reinhardt combo right there.
All right, we're about to get the match underway. 5 seconds left on the clock, and let's see if the Horned Beast can take on GEBaited. And here they come, rushing out of the front doors.
So when I first saw this, I was kind of confused what you guys are doing because like you all wanted to rotate to high ground over here, but it doesn't really help you that much until you
Here at
get
the
the
very
point
beginning, Bravery
like
kind of considering which direction he's going to try to come in. Helix is
okay,
going to try to be very
okay
annoying
video,
up here at the front. I think he's already gone
okay
into the
video.
doors, looking to try and get the
So
high
you
ground
come over
here.
here and you like try to go up
Bravery
this
kind of
way,
considering which
but then you
direction
remember
he's going
there's a
to come in.
payload.
Helix is going to try to be very annoying up here at the front.
So yeah, taking the high ground's a good idea, but for the first push, you need to at least get the
Pick up the
payload
intel that everything they
up
have.
to at least the corner.
It looks like they're starting off again on top of
Because
the
you guys go
turret.
up here and you waste like
I
a bit
just
of
think
time
it's
and then
really
just drop
frustrating
down, so it's
that
just
it
like
just the
kind of worth
strategy I never
kind of
understand.
not
Like I
didn't have
always
a point.
successfully hold the choke and then we have enough time to get it right before it hits the door. I don't understand the big girls.
So the to clarify what the casters are saying, they aren't very sure why holding gas station is a very good idea. It's a good idea because you have high ground over the attacking team, so you can shoot down on them and hit people that are back here if you have hit scans or projectiles or literally anything. You can also, if you're Reinhardt or one of the tanks, you can stand on this corner here and it counts as contesting the payload, which is why gas station is such a good holding spot because you can contest the payload without touching the ground or fighting these guys, and you can get line of sight over to these people in the back.
Alrighty, it looks like Helix Snake in the back line, and they're finally starting to make something happen here. Right now, Llama deciding to go out
So
on top
we're
map.
kind of like we don't really know how to engage them at the moment. We kind of have a Reinhardt over here underneath gas station, doesn't really know where to stand or how to get up there. He wants to fight, but he doesn't know how to get to the fight. So the
Now,
best thing to do is to just stand on payload like we're doing now, and then have our Hanzo or our McCree go over here next to the billboard, like around the back where this mini is, and start shooting them from this way. So that way we can get some poke damage in on their back line. If not, force them down onto us here, and then we can collapse on the people that drop this way. Or
now they're
we keep
carefully
trying to
trying to
force
push
the
it
fight
down. They're still
here
starting
and
to
hope
find
that
some
someday
space.
they will come down and fight
As
us.
much of anything, they're actually giving them a lot of free space right now.
So see how like their Genji took this flank route here and is now in your backline? That's what we should be doing with both of our DPS, is coming around this way and then shooting up onto here. But Genji gets into the back line. He wastes his dash.
Snake in the background,
He's kind of just chilling.
trying to get something.
I'm glad we obviously called it out because the brick turned. That's very good. The brick turn. Everyone's looking at the Genji. Good job.
The work, but not really managing to land
Ryan's
anything.
doing his job. Twitch video sucks.
But GEBaited's doing
Ryan's doing his
pretty
job,
well.
which
They're
is
actually
being a
giving them
rock
a
on
lot of
point.
free
This
space
is
right now.
very good.
Helix Snake in the background, trying to get
Everyone looks
something to
at the
work,
Genji.
but
He gets
not really
bubbled.
managing to land any of those
Burns
kills.
deflect.
I'm fine.
Oh, so I don't know if anyone saw this when they were fighting the Genji or whatever. But this right here, this Reinhardt, if we looked at him a little bit more often, like I know Genji's in our back line and we're dealing with him, but if we could send like Hanzo storm arrows, like if Hanzo just storm arrows this, he has no shield and Ryan's very low. So that would be a
Kind
pretty
of
easy kill on
interesting
the
the
Rhine.
stagger that they've got
Okay,
going on right now.
so they went down
You've got Hot Pocket
and he charges and gets our mercy.
and
And then I think yeah, we use shatter.
Wolfpack kind of staying with the healers at all
Okay, so we got two. We traded two. We traded a main healer and their main tank. So that should be a one fight.
times. And there come the
We
picks right
burnt
in.
Deadeye.
Wolfpack
I'm not exactly sure why we burnt Deadeye, but secured kills, I guess. We didn't get the kill on the Deadeye with the soldier, but that's okay. Calling out what ults we're using in a fight instead of kind of in a spur of the moment use ults is very helpful because of this thing called a ult economy, which is using the correct ults or using a combination of ults in a manner that allows your team to keep most of their ults for the next fight. Because if you burn all of your ults in one fight, then you have nothing to come back to the next fight with. So ult economy is very useful.
Bravery and Hot Pockets getting those hits already.
Although
Helix
I
Snake
guess it
going
doesn't
for
really
Bravery,
matter
but it's not going to be
here
enough.
because I
Shield
think
is
like
on
after like this next push,
4 right
Hot
now.
Pockets gets enough
All right,
charge
and it
and
looks like we're starting to see
6Ks
some
their
momentum
team.
already here from the Horn Beast. Right now, Wolfpack going on a 1v1 against Helix Snake. Helix Snake trying to keep everything going here for a few seconds, but he might be in a very bad situation. Gets taken out, and the Moira tries to get back onto the point, but it might
Good
be me
kill.
getting my van, gets taken out, and that's going to be a quick, solid, grab here for the Horn Beast.
Good job.
Oof,
Alright,
huge round
so we
three.
need to be thinking what ults do they have. So, um, I know you guys talked about you guys were tracking ults a little bit, but since I don't really have your guys' comms, since I had the watch the from the caster's view, which is fine, I don't really know what you guys are saying right now, and all of this could be like complete. You said all this, and you had perfect comms that rival that of like NRG and everybody in Overwatch. You could have just perfect comms, and I could just be talking out my ass. That's perfectly possible. But assuming that you are not, and we are not planning for them to have Shatter and Blade, as well as almost Valkyrie, almost Tac Visor, and no Grav. We need to be
Let's
thinking
see
what
here a little
we're
bit.
doing, or
They
almost
were
Grav.
able to
He's
get both
78.
those picks, but then again, both of the teams
We
look
need
to
to
be
be
doing kind of a
thinking,
poke battle, and it was
okay, so they have
the
Grav.
ultimate from the
What do we
Moira
have to
that
stop
started everything
Grav?
off. So
The answer is
hold on the Horn
for
Beast, 4
ults, you
minutes and
don't
20
really have
seconds left
anything
on
to
the
stop
clock.
Grav.
Let's see how they can do this second
So,
round.
the
Yeah,
most
like I was
important thing to
saying,
do if you know the enemy has Grav is to play spread out. The meter radius for Graviton has been shortened to 5 meters. So, as long as we're spaced apart evenly,
Snake was
we
trying.
should be
You saw
okay.
that Helix Snake
As
was
long
trying to
if
get
it
into
gets
those
one person,
healers
that's fine. We have a
with
mercy. They get
Wolfpack gets
rest.
taken out, and the Moira tries to get back onto the point, but it
The
might be
most
a case of
important
getting
part
my
to
van gets
know
taken
or
out, and
to
that's going to be a
play
quick, solid
is if they
grab
do
here for the
have
Horn Beast.
Graviton Surge and we do not have a defensive ult, then we
They
play
might be
spread.
worried there a little bit. They weren't really getting
Pretty
any.
simple. I hate my internet connection, and I will. I don't know what to do about it. I wish I had 720 at least, but I've been running 360 pretty much all night. It makes me very upset.
Of those picks, but then again, both of the teams look to be doing kind of a poke battle, and it was the ultimate from the Moira that started everything off. So
yeah.
hold on the Horn Beast, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Let's see how they can do this second round.
Yeah, like I was saying, Helix Snake
All
was
right.
trying. You could see
So
Helix Snake was
one
trying to
thing
get in there, get those
that's
healers.
kind of important to know, like we burnt what was it? We burnt rally. That's okay if we're going into a fight, but assuming that they have grav, it kind of gets negated by the grav. So if we know that we have grav, try and save your rally for after so it gets the most effect.
But with Hot Pockets and Wolfpack trying to stay close to
They're
healers
about to
and
hit
knowing that
grav.
Heal Snake was gonna
They
be
have
coming
grav.
in
They're gonna
there,
pop it.
is just
Blade
making
comes
sure.
in.
Well,
We
there
have
we
no
go. Super
defensive
Crown
ult,
Blade
and
combo.
our
Oh,
rally was completely wasted.
kill, kill right there.
Ooh, with the Helix
Beautiful.
Blade coming in, legendary. That is some powerful work here.
All right, so
Comboed
that's
really well
fine.
by Helix
They
Snake.
burnt two
Got
ults. We
another
burnt one.
great combo here
That's
from
fine.
Masahomie and
We
Helix Snake.
go on to
Ooh,
the
that is
next
some powerful work
fight.
here.
So we
There we go,
have
man.
dragons, we have Valkyrie, we're gonna have Shatter and Grav here shortly. We have Deadeye. So
Huh.
we need to be thinking, what is our win condition? How do we win this next fight? What do we need to do in order to win this next fight?
That's right,
In
Crazy.
my
We are
opinion,
all
I
focused on the
say
second off
we
base.
should wait for a Grav. Everyone should shoot the
Alright,
shield. If they drop, then we hammer.
GEBaited is back in here.
Let's see what we do. The
Trying to
Genji
hold the high
dashes
ground
in
and
again.
get
It's
into the
very
attack.
important to see how this Genji plays. He plays like nobody can hit him. So if you see him dash in like that and we're running like a Brigida or something like that, we should be able to turn around and punish him pretty easily because as soon as he wastes that dash, if he doesn't get a kill, he's kind of stuck where he is because he doesn't have enough mobility to get out. So that's very important. If you see a Genji use his dash, make sure that you call his dash out because he's a pretty free kill. Let's see here. Uh, is that Zarya? No. Okay.
Llama getting pinned. Is this going to be a good thing,
Okay,
though?
so Genji gets our mercy. So either that's a miscommunication in our backline, or Genji is just getting way too much free time on our mercy. In which case, it is the off healer's job to try and peel the mercy. So peeling is making space for your other support. It's usually the job for Lucio or Brigida because of well, Lucio has boop so he can push people away, and Brigida has stun as well as a boop. So if your Mercy is calling that the Genji is on her, then it's the Brigida's job to turn around and help her. Whether that be throw an armor pack, if she's close enough, land a shield bash and bully the Genji, but the Brigida in this situation or the McCree should be helping her. But that's okay. We're still learning, and hopefully we can learn a little bit from this and become even better than these guys and even get the gold and even platinum.
Helix Snake. Oh, here comes the ultimate.
So instead of okay, we do use hammer, but I don't know on what. Trying to figure out where we
GEBaited
used
is
it.
back in here.
Trying to hold the high
Okay, we used it there.
ground again. Here comes the attack. Oh,
We do manage
here
to
comes the
get the
grab.
Reinhardt on the ground and we
Not
charge
connecting,
him.
though.
So he's kind of low, but he's getting healed. Hot Pockets took the right decision as McCree and took the high ground as everyone is focused on the Rhine. And I think
Helix Snake.
our
Oh, here comes the
Brigida,
ultimate.
oh my goodness.
Combo here. Pretty crazy. All right, here they go in for the second.
But yeah, I think the Rhine charging in caused a distraction. I think Brig was with him, but there was a distraction enough that Hot Pockets was able to get off this 5k high noon, which is a very like it looked very cool. It's a very cool play, but I can guarantee you if like Ryan didn't charge in
Llama getting pinned.
and everyone turned away from the Reinhardt,
Helix Snake. Oh, here comes the.
I'm pretty sure they would have had an answer for
Oh my
our McCree.
Oh,
But here they do not,
triple
and Hot
kill.
Pockets gets a
Boom, boom
6k.
from Hot Pockets. Oh my
My.
goodness. Hot Pockets.
So
That was
we
spicy.
used two
My
ults.
Oh
goodness.
We still have two. I'm assuming we're still
Oh,
waiting for our
that
grab
was
combo.
gnarly
But we
deviltry.
also got to be thinking about what ults they have.
Oh
And
wow.
currently,
That was
they're almost to a
incredible what the
blade.
Ryan
They
was
have
ready for.
Tac Visor. They have both support ults. both of these teams have troubles against grabs. Can I tell you why? Uh, like I said before, Brigida armor, even though she ults, does not survive through grab combo. The same thing goes for them.
Yeah,
Coalescence does not survive
there's
grab
not much you
combo.
can do after that, especially where they had them. They just haven't
So
had enough time to set up.
if
They
we are going to
definitely
be
took
running
the route
against
of setting up
these kinds
inside
of
this
compositions
corner right
on the
here.
daily,
Good choke to hold.
and often
The only
we need,
the only
excuse me,
disadvantage is
someone to
that
play
they
Zen
don't
more
have
often, or
the
Lucio.
Oh, here comes GEBaited one more time. Trying to keep the dream going. Oh my
Okay.
goodness, and the picks are starting to come in here by the Horned Beast. This is incredible.
Wait, we
Trying to
hammered?
put the hammer down. Chabiki getting taken.
Uh, I think the hammer was a little bit
yeah,
overkill.
they definitely took the
So
right
we
route
use
of setting up
we use
inside
our grab
this
dragons here, right?
corner right here. A good choke to hold.
So we fire
The
grav,
only disadvantage is that
fire
they don't
grav.
have
It's big.
the
Here comes
Where's what?
GEBaited one more time.
Okay, so you see your dragons actually miss here. They're a little bit too close. The cast animation, it fires an arrow, right? And then it goes. So there's a little bit of gap between where the arrow is launched and where it turns into a dragon. In that little area, it does no damage. So, as a Hanzo, you play in the back line. You're behind everybody. You shouldn't be out in front of everyone trying to do these weird flanks over here.
Time.
Just be in the back line over here. And when you see a grab, make sure you have some space. Fire it in the grab. Make sure the dragon connects because in this scenario, it did not connect. But luckily for us, our Rhine was swinging into it and cleaned up kills for you.
Trying to keep the dream going. Oh my goodness, and the picks are starting to come in here by the Horned Beast.
And then we hammer.
This is
I'm not sure why we hammer. We hammer. I think the only person that was near the hammer was their soldier, but our Hanzo takes him out. So we didn't hammer anything, and then we
incredible. Here
charge,
comes the hammer
and
down.
we go
Chabiki
and
getting
say
taken
hi to the
away.
people in their
Getting
spawn.
advanced.
So in this situation, our Ryan is on another planet. He's no longer part of the team right now. He's on another planet, and no one should be out there trying to help him. He should be on payload like we all are,
Van almost in
and
trouble
let
here.
him learn his
Barely
mistakes
managed
all
to
the way
keep
over
it
here.
alive. Bravery might be in a very bad position right
He
now, but
comes
what is the
back.
rest of the team supposed
That's
to do
cool, and we
here?
chase after the
They're in a very,
soldier.
very bad position.
There's their blade.
Snake coming in with the ultimate. Getting taken.
But you know, Wolfpack is a god and headshots the Genji mid blade, so that's solid, very solid
Picked
hit.
up by the wolf pack. And now the brawl's starting to
All
come
right,
in
so they're down
by the
one.
Horned Beast.
We need to be thinking what other ult says they got. It's interesting to see that none of the mercies have used their Valk yet. It's very interesting to me. Valkyrie is much like Brigida ult or Moira ult. It's it's mostly used offensively. Uh, since everyone is grouped together, since you guys are a death ball comp, Valkyrie is its strongest when people are huddled together because it branches off, right? So if you were to ult and everyone's full health and you swap from healing boost to damage boost, everybody gets damage boost. And then you walk into their team and you can toggle on to heal as needed. As well as the Mercy is way up in the sky and can't be hit by anything other than maybe their soldier if he ults.
Trying to decide which direction they need to go. They need to
So
get
we
on the
pop one
quick. The Mercy ult's coming out.
and
The
she's
Mercy's
stuck on
almost
healing.
alive.
So she's worried that her team is going to lose based on just how many people there are up.
But it looks like
And
the
she'd
Horned
be
Beast right
correct.
now are just
So
struggling.
her staying on heal is good. However, their soldier gets a flank on us over here. Even though we're winning the fight over here, this is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. We pop Valk as soon as this goes off. This is very dangerous for Charvy. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm American. Pretty stupid. Um, but this is very dangerous for her because as soon as you Valk and go up into the air, you're the first person he's gonna look at. So not only we're good at brawling, That's very good. We're good at brawling, but we also need to be aware of where other people are on their team. Because if this, I'm, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm stuttering a lot. But this is very dangerous and could have potentially been very bad.
Jabiki bringing out the ultimate. Could this be the end of the Mercy? No.
But luckily for us, our Mercy realized that she was getting shot at and took cover. Very nice. And I'm pretty sure she called it out too, or someone called it out because our McCree turned around and domed him. Fantastic.
Not really, nothing happens. The ultimate comes out, by Bravery comes out trying to get something here. House of Homie might be in a very bad position. Hot Pocket's going for an ultimate, nothing really happens. And one more time, it looks like the rest of the team's trying to defend,
Very
nothing
clean.
happens, and that's going to be
Good
solid.
job, guys.
Grab by the Horn Beasts.
Just a little bit of awareness
Son,
that we need to
crap.
be uh, conscious of, knowing where people are so we don't get flanked and potentially putting us in bad
At the end
positions.
of point
So
three,
I'm going to just
just
go
some
ahead and skip
absolutely
to where we start next.
Sonic arrows. Now they've got sights on who's got who.
That's a very good Sonic arrow, by the way. Um, since you guys don't really have. Hello, Ollie. Since you guys don't really have an idea of what kind of comp they're running to begin with, that Sonic arrow is very crucial just because of being able to see what they have and being able to play around it. So getting that Sonic and seeing all six people is very, very good.
Taking the show for this one. The question is, though, is he as good on defense as he is on offense?
That's going to be the question.
Alrighty, and it looks like 5 seconds left onto the clock, and GEBaited is going to try their offensive push. And we're going to be seeing Helix switch over to the Hanzo. I guess he's feeling a little snipey right now. And right now, they're starting to. Looks like they're just going to come up right up the middle. Just going to go ahead and do a basic attack here.
They
Helix
also
is
get a
going to
Sonic
go
on you
ahead and hit them
guys.
with the Sonic arrow. So now they've got sights on who's got who, and they've got relatively mirrored compositions. The question is, though, how much space is Hornbeast going to really give them? The poke battle coming in strong. Nothing really happening just yet. Everyone's just kind of picking at each other.
Oof.
Helix Snake
Okay,
taking out
so
Wolfpack, and it's
about that. So we need to communicate, or at least our Ryan needs to communicate that we are moving. So the reason why our Hanzo got picked there is because our Ryan moved, and I'm not exactly sure if he communicated it or not. So he moved to the right side here and gave up space for their Hanzo to work with, and our Hanzo got picked because of it. I think we burn res, but then another
in a
person gets
5v6
picked.
situation right now. They've got to
There
decide
goes
what they're going
Huge
to do.
Yeah,
dropping down, but without that
our
main
Brig
shield, it's going to be pretty
jumped down too early and gets herself killed. So we're down one person still, and we have no res.
really difficult as they get two picks.
Happening just yet. Everyone's just kind of picking at each other. Helix Snake taking out Wolfpack, and it's a 5v6 situation right now. They've got to
There
decide
goes
what they're going
Huge
to do.
dropping
Yeah.
down, but without that
So
main
now we're in
shield,
a
it's going
very
to be really
awkward
difficult
situation.
as they get two picks running off the bat. And there comes the third on Bravery.
And
Oh, careful Llama trying to get that
as
pick
soon
back
as
in, but
Ryan
not really
dies,
making anything happen. She's
it's a lost fight.
backing off into a corner.
So
Hot Pocket's back up
unfortunately
into
for
point.
us, we lost that fight, but that's okay. What we do instead of like staggering around and trying to get kills or whatever, as soon as we know the fight's lost, everyone jump on this point and die. It's better that way because then all of you spawn at the same time and it also gives them less time to work with because you're contesting, right?
In a good position to help out here.
So
Huge
instead of running
dropping into
away
position, gets in and
and
out.
trying to
Huge
kill
involved
something,
main
just
shield
everyone jumps on the point
by GEBaited.
and
Yeah, they
die.
just didn't have enough damage going in to try to take them out. And as soon as Debated started letting the picks fly, that was just kind of it for them. So trying to figure out how to get those picks before Debated does. That's gonna be key to their strategy right now.
And I don't think it's just that, but also they've got to
This
make
Hanzo
sure
duel is
that.
hilarious.
Oh, Carefree Longo bringing
Oh,
out the ultimate, and this
two
might be
hammer
All
deadly.
right.
down right into.
So while this Hanzo duel is happening on top of gas station, we managed to kill their Reinhardt and their Brigida, which is great.
Rhine shields didn't end up doing a whole lot.
and our Hanzo wins the duel. But you see how we lost, or we won two, or we killed two of them, and then we used Deadeye? Now we're down Deadeye. And the fight was probably already won to begin with because they lost their main tank and their break. So simple things like that, like knowing when to ult and when a fight is won, is very important. Because now we don't have Deadeye, and the only thing we have. Oh wait, we used Hammer Down too. So we ended up using two ults. We killed one person with the Deadeye, and I'm sure that we got a few down on the hammer. That's fine. But now, the only thing we have is Dragon and Valkyrie. And that's all the ults we have to work with until Brigitte gets hers or Zarya gets a lot of charge. So it's very we don't have a lot to work with.
But it looks like the
Coming in now.
When they they use
Double
Shatter too,
boost right
but they
there.
have
ooh.
Following up on the
Brigitte
previous
ult.
dagger.
They almost have Grav. They almost have Visor, and they have
All right,
Dragons.
looks like the bait is gonna go
So
into.
we are
I will
kind
say
of
this:
at a
the
disadvantage when
Smurf
it
and
comes
the
to
Smurf
ultimates right
hunter,
now.
they always wait for each other. You know, and that's something I feel like you don't really see often in comps. Some people just decide, you know what, I'm just gonna throw my body at the point, die. That's what I'd like to do today.
There's a time and a place for that. There's a time and a place to throw bodies, and there's a time and a
All
place
right,
to
so
not do that.
let's see here.
Especially when you're playing control and you have it. Like it's all
Ooh,
about
okay.
throwing bodies
So
at
it's
the point.
important to communicate how long your bubble is up. I'm sure you say that you have bubble and you bubble him, and that's when the Rhine goes offensively, right? But as soon as he went in there, he either took so much damage that it disappeared immediately, or it ran out as soon as he got the second swing off because he got stunned immediately. It's important to call out when the bubble's done so that way your Rhine knows when to put his shield back up. But I like the communication between you and your Reinhardt Zarya that says, I have bubble, go ahead and be aggressive. That's good. I like that.
To keep that ticker going.
All
But
right, but the brawl coming in. House of Homie take
And because of that uh, little bit of bubble miscommunication, uh, we lose our Rhine.
taking out bravery, and here comes the
They
Brigitte ult.
burnt their we
And
burnt
right now, Darkstorm trying to
both
keep him alive, and
Brigittos
here comes the
burnt their
ultimate.
ults, and we see right here why we need a defensive ult because we all play really grouped up and we all get grabbed, and then they just send Hanzo ult through and wipe us.
And here comes
oh, Helix
oh,
Snake with
Alright, so something really important to take away from this is how many ults they used. How many ults did they use? So, if we count, they used Brigitte ult, they used Grav, they used Dragon, and they used one more after everyone was dead. They used Pfizer. So now, we can only imagine that the only person who hasn't ulted in the recent time
one.
has been Reinhardt and Mercy, right? So those are the only ults we have to play around now. While we still have our Hanzo ult, we're coming up on Shatter, and we're coming up on Grav. So in that regard, we let them have this point. That's cool, but the next fight we have ult advantage, and we only need to use two ults to clear them because they do not have a defensive ult either.
Dragons right there in the graviton. Just, there's just without a Zenyatta, there's just nothing to stop that from
Okay,
happening.
so Mercy, I know your entire team's dead, and you're probably scared. Like, I'm stuck here, and I don't really want to die, but this is not the way to do it. If you saw your team get team wiped, you do not stay alive. You are not season uh 1 through 3 Mercy. You do not have big res. You should not be hiding like this. If your team gets wiped,
And then
it's your job
Helix
to come out of hiding and die. Because you
that's
dying,
terrible. That's tough to watch.
let's see here.
push
And that's
it.
gonna be
Oh, I'm
Look at where the
bravery
payload is.
baiting whether or not
They know you're
to jump
there.
in on the
You
point,
drop
or if
back. They cap
it
the
looks like they're
point,
gonna go back and hold the choke. It looks like they're gonna give it to him.
and you're
yeah. They're
still
gonna
alive.
go ahead and
They cap the point. Your team doesn't have a Mercy, which means they have no main healer. They have no main source of healing. So you're back here
5 minutes left on
trying
this
to fight the
clock.
Hanzo,
They're
right?
gonna really getting my Vans
And
going.
you
That
get
started
roasted.
relatively early. They don't have any
So our team does not have a main source of healing, which makes it really tough to have a good fight with. It's really tough for Brigitte to heal everybody because the only burst healing she has is her armor pack that's up every 8 seconds, some number, but a reasonably long time. And the only other way she can heal is by beating somebody, which makes it really difficult. So you dying here is very, very troublesome for our team. Next time that you see your team get wiped, just go the point and die. That's pretty much all I have to say on that.
main healer, and this is not gonna look good on the side of Horned Beast. They've got to back off, give him a little bit of space. Hot Pockets might be in a very bad position if he's not careful. Bravery still up at the
We
forefront,
have Hammer.
trying to make something happen.
We
Oh, and
we
the
shield bash Hammer perfectly. That is amazing. That's really good. So we bash Shatter.
picks come
We
in.
get 3 on the ground. We burn Deadeye. Uh, I don't know why we burnt Deadeye. I know like it seems really like powerful and things like that, but in my opinion, McCree ult is one of the worst in the video game because yes, it does have great DPS potential and one-shot potential, but you also stand still for 7 years. And if you're not behind a shield or they're not like looking at you, or if they are looking at you, you're a big target. You scream the time and you turn red. It's kind of hard to miss you. But in this regard, I would have saved Deadeye since we already had these 3 people dead anyway because they were on the ground. Um, save Deadeye for something else. We're going to be using Grab Dragons anyway, so use it as a zoning ult, or if they get too aggressive and push into our tanks, then you use it so it forces their Rhine to hold their shield up, and then our Rhine and teammates can just beat up on their Rhine until they are dead, and then the Deadeye goes through. So I know it's really difficult whenever you see like a big tank ult like a Shatter or a Grav or anything like that. So hold your ult, but and sometimes it's better than using it.
Dude,
Look
gets
at
House
that
of Homie.
shadow.
Oh my god, and the coordination between Darkstorm and Bravery, just incredible. That's the kind of gameplay you need.
Absolutely. Teamwork makes the dream work. But remember, they've got spawn advantage right here, so they're gonna come back and they're gonna come back quick.
4 minutes, 10 seconds left onto the clock. GEBaited starting to get ready for their next push. They've got to be careful
All
though.
right,
Oh,
so
good
this is very
combo.
good. So you got your grab
Shatter
off.
on top.
What's really important is you saw how they wanted to be very aggressive, and they popped Valk, expecting that you guys didn't have anything. This is what happens when you don't keep track of ults. You invest an ult into a fight not knowing what the other team has, and then they shut down that ult completely and it was a waste.
And the
Oh,
dragon combo. There's the triple.
oh my god.
Follow up right there on House of Homie. Tearful
Good
Heart
combo
also
uses.
getting taken out. The
Usage.
only
Very
one
good.
left is Hanzo way back there.
But now we only have support ults to work
Got to be
with.
careful though. 51% until House of Homie has the ultimate. Helix Snake already has his ultimate available. So they've got to be careful here at this point. Because really all Helix need is a good position, gets rid of the healers, and then that becomes a really long day for
Absolutely.
House
Well,
or
even with the healer, there's not really a whole lot that they can do with it. With the Mercy ult and the Brigade ult, there's not enough
Ooh, we
healing.
get shattered
Oh,
though.
and look at
So it this is also where it's important to keep track of their ults. I'm sure our Ryan and Zarya know this, but Shatter can be blocked. I'm not sure if you guys are getting stunned, and I can't see because of this guy's angle sometimes, but it's important to know that you can block that because I think every shatter in this series has gotten like multiple people on both sides. So knowing if the enemy Ryan has shatter and our Ryan blocking that is a tide turner.
That fat shatter coming in from Carefree Llama. That's going to
Ooh.
clean up the team right there.
Oh, and it looks like they're gonna have to give him the point. Oh no, how Hot Pockets might be out of position right now. He doesn't have his ultimate, but it looks like he's gonna stay towards the background. Jibiki, see if he can go ahead and take him
All
out.
right.
And it looks like the
So
Horn Beast
something
is starting
very
to come in.
important here is the distance that their tanks are from the rest of their team. So you see the Zarya push way over here by herself and she uses bubble. So Zarya is very immobile. The only thing she has to keep herself alive are her bubbles. So if you see her run up here and use a bubble and she's alone, then that's your cue to just rush her and then kill her because she's out of position and no one can really save her.
Beast is starting to come in. Brigida's ultimate comes in. They're going for a
Same thing with this Reinhardt.
final push. Oh, they got to be careful right now. He doesn't have his ultimate, but it looks like he's going to stay towards the background. Jibiki, see if he can go ahead and take him out. And it looks like the Horn Beast is starting to come in. Brigida's ultimate comes
So
in.
this
They're going for
Reinhardt
a final
charges in
push.
because he has bubble.
Oh, they got to be careful here.
We
They got to
charge
be
back.
careful.
So the most important thing that I can tell like any Rhine player that I've ever come across that is struggling with like improving on Reinhardt is don't use your shift key. It's a bad ability. It's a really bad ability. I can tell you why. Um, just because of how far like you charge, it shouldn't be your immediate response. The only thing that it's very good for is if the Reinhardt decides he wants to charge, you can countercharge it, and both of you end up on the ground. So, in that regard, whoever Reinhardt's is more focused will win or will lose. So, when both of them are on the ground, you throw your bubble on your Reinhardt and you kill their Reinhardt. Simple enough. But with charge, he gets the blue Reinhardt here gets bubbled and he charges
The
straight
Rhine
in.
pinning straight from above.
And our Reinhardt, as a reaction, charges straight back. Except our Rhine doesn't pin anything. So he hits this wall and is kind of out of position for a little bit. Instead of just holding W and swinging on this Reinhardt would probably be dead if he didn't charge.
Now the swings are starting to come in. Oh my goodness.
But he gets a fat
Comes
shatter,
back.
I think.
I don't see a high noon happening though right
No.
now. And high noon, or I'm sorry,
So
hammer down
both
comes
the
in
Rhines use their shatters and they didn't get anybody with it.
once again for Carefree Llama.
They use Grav and then Dragon comes through.
Oh,
Again, this is the problem of playing so grouped together. This Hanzo is kind of sitting back here waiting for Zarya to get Grav. Everyone's all together. Zarya brings everyone together and he just ults and
Graviton Dragon
wipes the point.
combo.
Oh man.
Once again, just we knew it was gonna happen. Like I said, without that Zenyatta, they could have had all the healer ults in the world, and it just wouldn't have saved them with that.
Oof, round two complete, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a brawl.
Oh heck yeah, it is. Two
Oh
minutes.
my, ults aren't being misused, and I'm loving the new Horn Beast right now. 30
Well, it's
seconds
not
left on the.
necessarily the new Horn Beasts. It's just they're just modified a little bit. It's all about it's what we talk about with these games. You learn, you get better, and now they're showing all their hard work has really paid off as they teabag the ground in front of one another.
And Hot Pocket switching over to the Reaper, trying to be a little bit more of a tank buster. Carefree Llama has been really smart in terms of those pins. He's not just charging in, you know, all foolhardy. So that's really refreshing to see. And it looks like they're going in for the first attack. Bravery managing to get something with those with that fire strike. And now it
Alright,
looks
so
like the
now we
Braves are
decide to
turning
hold
over
the ground this way, which is fine. The
on
only
that
thing
bridge.
that you guys need to worry about if you're planning on holding the ground and the choke here is that this tunnel exists. If this Hanzo decides one day that he's gonna go through this tunnel and he just has free reign on your back line, that's something to keep in mind because Hanzo being loose in the back line can be kind of rough, can cause a lot of problems. So the most important thing and the most problem that you're gonna have holding down here is that you need someone watching this tunnel all the time.
And it looks like they're not gonna wait to get to the top. They're gonna start immediately. Darkstorm might be.
See, like exactly like how our Reaper did. He just kind of walked in there. I'm sure Reaper's just in the
Reaper in
back
heavy
line,
danger.
just
It looks like Bravery's
roasting
gonna get
everybody,
carefree llama.
Ooh, there goes the pin.
but
All the way back to the health pack, though. I
misses.
don't know if that helped.
He miscommunicates and misses his mark and gets punished for it, which is understandable since our Rhine got pinned and everyone rushed back to help the Rhine instead of helping the Reaper and giving him support.
Him very much. As
Oh, but it
Carefree
looks.
Llama ends up getting taken out right there.
And our
Helix is about
uh,
to follow
Rhine dies as well. So this is a 4v5 situation.
up on Bravery. Both Ryan
We go
standing
for a
right now.
res, good bubble,
He might be able
our
to get
Rhine's
one.
back. So I want you to look at something that's very important here. They have no main tank, right? Look at where their team is, and look at where this Zarya is. So it's really important that if you see this happen, you just go all in on this Zarya. She has no help.
They get the Rhine
She
back,
has no help here.
but at what cost is the problem right now?
And then, wait, are there only three of us? I thought there was one more. But anyway, that Zarya should be dead a lot sooner.
Oh, here comes a.
Ooh, a hammer down.
We use hammer, we only get the brig on the ground, and it doesn't
But
achieve
not a lot
anything.
of follow up, though. That's the unfortunate part. They didn't realize they didn't have any of the DPS there yet, so couldn't really do a.
Alright, so the same thing goes for you. Look at where you are, brig. Look at where your team is. Do you have a plan to get out? Because in this situation, you're all by yourself. You might as well be on a different country from the rest of your team.
Whole lot.
You
All
pop
right,
ult
here's the
because you're out of
Brigida
position.
ultimate coming in from Darkstorm.
You want to fight,
Just trying to give everybody a little bit extra to work with.
but we're scared. We're scared to fight here. There's five of us here. The Ryan's still coming back from spawn. Alright, actually, is he there? Oh my
Here comes
gosh,
some.
I hate this video player.
Here comes the
Alright, here
Brigida
comes the
ultimate.
Brigida ultimate
Okay, the
coming in
Ryan
from
just got back.
Darkstorm. Just trying to give everybody a
Alright, so we're five, almost
little bit
six.
extra to work with.
Their Ryan charges in like a dingus. I think our brig got pinned. If our Zarya is there,
Llama coming
she should turn around and bubble.
out of the way.
It's two.
Our Ryan charges back and grabs their Mercy.
And there goes
Ooh.
the pin on Mercy.
And it looks like the Brigida ult might
We
not be
we
enough.
brawl for
Everybody
a
coming
bit,
in under the point, and right
a
now
decent
Aqua's
brawl.
got free reign. He's trying to get some picks here.
We
Is he gonna
win
manage to
this
pull this
fight.
off? Oh, and he has to take the
We
pin.
use Death Blossom. That's it's an eh. It looks good in the kill feed, but they were all pretty low to begin with, and they were running away. So instead of using that ult to just pad your stats and look at the kill feed and have that triple up there, you should have probably held it for next fight
Look at that.
because we only have Shatter. Shatter and Hanzo ult maybe. So instead of using ults on an already won fight, why not just save them for the next one to guarantee another fight win? I know it looks cool to get all those kills and stuff, but like from a standpoint of I need to hold this point for X amount of time, I feel like it would be a lot more worth the team's time and your time if you would have saved the ult, stood up here, wait for them to come through this little area because they're probably going to do that because it's the shortest route to the cart. Wait for them to come through here, have your team bait them this way, and then just drop on them an ult. And then you only use one ult and you win the entire fight.
The
Look at that.
triple. Oh my god.
This is a night of plays, and we're just in the first game, folks. This is wow. I'm
I'm
just so amazed right now.
I'm just saying, you could definitely see all the training that these teams have been having over the last few weeks. Like
So like I called, they all run through here. We send a fire strike through and kill their Genji.
All right, looks like that. Ooh, they're going through the shortcut,
So now we have Shatter.
but immediately gets hit with the fire strike there. Helix Snake.
Oh, our hammer is up.
The res
Oh, that was a good try though. That was a really good try. But our their Reinhardt reacted fast enough to block our Shatter,
comes in.
and
Not
we
gonna
get
happen
punished
for
for it pretty
Device.
hard. I hate this video player.
Darkstorm trying to do everything
They
they can
burnt
to stay
Valk.
alive. Doesn't look like anything's gonna
They
happen
burnt
here.
that.
And the Brigade
Look at where you are right now. So you went on like this huge flanking mission, or you were all the way over here, and you jumped in. You're halfway the ult. Even with ult, I don't think this fight would have been won.
ultimate coming out by getting my van. Right now it's a brawl. They're on the point here. And Darkstorm still trying to keep everything going.
But
She's
the point of the story is if we would have saved Reaper ult, um, we probably could have won that fight. I'm not blaming you. I'm just pointing it out. Probably could have won that fight. Just drop on their backline from up top since they came through tunnel anyway. Wipe their backline. The Reinhardt turns around and you just swing on him because the rest of his team's dead, and we would have held it. Just think about the best tip I can give is think about the next fight once you get once you get 2 kills. Because it takes 2 kills to win a team fight. That's my favorite saying. 2 kills wins a team fight. If you can get 2 kills on the enemy, you don't need to use ults. If they use ults, uh, retaliate accordingly. So if let's say if we kill their Reinhardt and their Genji, and they pop Valk, the appropriate thing to do would be to watch one of the bodies for their reses, and then if we see the Mercy go for a res, you just shoot her. You don't need to pop an ult, don't need to do anything. Just shoot her. However, let's say we kill Brigida and Soldier and the Genji Blades. Our Mercy, if she has Valk, should probably Valk and fly way up into the air so the Genji cannot get her. And that would be the only ult that we use. So thinking about what to do during a fight that will affect the next fight is very important.
getting taken out, and that's going to be
Like this Valk right
grab
here,
here from the side of GEBaited. Right now,
if
Hornets
she
are
would have
looking
saved
for
that
that
Valk,
last fight. That's all they need.
it probably
They
helped
don't
them
even
on
need
this
to win the
push.
fight. All they gotta do is push them off the payload at this
We
point.
have our
All right.
Dragon
Was
Grab
it 9
combo.
to 7? I think it was 16.
So
Yeah, that's
They
right.
managed to kill
these
them
guys
off,
push
and
up.
that was it. That was all she wrote.
That was it.
5 of them push
That
up,
that's the
and they
strategy
have
here.
their
Like as you
Genji
see
on the
right
payload.
now, all the team is pushing up to try to keep
So we lose our Brig.
them away from the payload.
Oh, I muted.
Keep them. Oh,
So we grab 3. We
oh
kill 3. It may have been a little bit better to push into them.
kitty.
We should be playing aggressive if we have that combo. Like if they were, like there were 5 there. If we were to push a little bit forward as a team and then grab all 5 of those and then just rush the Genji on point, that would be game. That would be the end of that round.
Too far. They've got to
But we use it a little bit early. We get 3. We hesitate trying to go the point. Or Ryan's 100% sure he's going the point, but everyone else is kind of staggering. They don't really know if they should or not.
Well, Hot Pockets is back there
We
being
get
a
there,
nuisance.
and we have no focus. We're swinging around. We're shooting at everything. We don't have a focus target.
Definitely doing a lot of work. They gotta get them
We
off
just kind of
before
go
the
everywhere.
team gets in there.
Our their Genji blades and kills our Reaper immediately during Blade, or not Blade, but Death Blossom, which is very unfortunate. It's important to call how low the Genji is, and then no matter what you're doing, who you're hitting, whatever you're doing, your focus instantly becomes Genji. Because now Genji is the biggest threat to your team.
Oh no! Helix Snake coming in with the
But he walks
blade.
through and
Oh
triple blades
no!
you guys,
Again. I don't.
That
and the push
Ultimate
continues.
less than 3 tonight. That is just
that is
holy
insane.
goodness, man.
But it wasn't enough. They managed to land the kills, but they were still too far. Not enough to
So
get the
now the
win.
only thing we have to
Helix
work
Snake
with,
coming out with that super
something that's
fast
very,
ultimate.
very good about this is they use pretty much all their ults. They're close to Soldier, but that's it. We have Valk coming up. We got Shatter still, and we almost have Brig ult. So we have a little bit more to work with than what they do,
And now it
which
looks
is
like they're
good.
gonna go ahead and try to get back.
Okay, so very important here. From this kind of like bird's eye view, oh my god.
The rest of the team gets in there.
Helix popping out the
Oh
ultimate.
no!
So from this bird's eye view here, we can see how like crappy their positioning is. So you have your tanks and a Brigida over here. There's 3 people here. There are 6 of you here. This is a 3v6. Anything from this corner, this way, this is a 3v6. You kill these guys. Shouldn't be any problem since their main source of healing is over here and both their DPS are here. So you just kill these guys,
Bravery went ahead and overshot it. Looks like we have a junk grab back from
which we
Hot
do.
Picks. Hot
There
Pockets.
goes
We kill their Rhine, so we see a free shatter. We take it.
2 down.
Oh, and there's the
Yeah, it looks
ultimate.
like Hot Pocket switched over to the
Very
junk
good.
and gets taken down by Helix Snake. Helix Snake now the only one left on there with Chibi Key. They're doing
We clean up,
everything. Doing everything
and
to
that's
hold
round.
on. Oh,
So what lost them this push was that positioning. The 3 of them pushing up while their DPS and main heals were on the point lost them that fight. Because of Brigida and Reinhardt and Zarya being idiots and trying to push you guys as 6, they lost. Because then they lost their entire front line.
oh, got a little too far away.
Oof, at this point, it's Hornbeast's
But
game. All they
still,
have to
that's a
do is
good
get it past
march
that
for
point.
only having 2.5 minutes left.
Right, they don't have much left.
Okay.
Because as of right now, both tanks are playing. Both tanks are playing phenomenal. Win.
Absolutely.
Because as of right now, both tanks are playing. Both tanks are playing phenomenal, and the off tanks are doing exactly what they need to. So I'm loving this. I'm loving these Zarya games right now. All right, looks like they're coming in for the attack. Helix Snake being a pest, trying to get a few picks, not really managing to land anything. And it looks like they're all going to be coming in trying to take the bottom route. And Bravery up at the front, getting ready to start making contact. Helix Snake still trying to be annoying, but doesn't look like anything happens here. And now it looks like the brawl's starting to
Okay,
come
we
in.
kill their run.
Attack hits the
So
Carefree Llama.
we get 2 here. As soon as the Rhine goes down, that's your cue to run all the way through their team. Which that's because they don't have their 200 HP shield anymore. They don't have their wall. So as soon as he dies, that is your goal, that is your cue to walk through their team.
And now it looks like Bravery's starting to make something happen.
Brig gets the right idea, starts moving forward. Everyone else, like Arzaria, don't be afraid to get in there. You're a tank. Don't be afraid. You have shields to keep you up. You have your Mercy. You have your Brig. You have so many people that you can brawl with. Do not be afraid about getting in the front line because Zarya is a frontline tank. She isn't meant to be in the back line with our Hanzo and McCree. You're supposed to be up here.
Gets taken out. Hot Pocket's taken out, getting my van. And Darkstorm is just feeling it right now, Mr. Krabs.
Like you're shooting your laser, but I don't think you realize how far it goes.
Takes out House of Homie. And we're starting to see a lot of progress
Especially if you have high charge. You should be in the front line even more because you do more damage.
That's gonna be a terrible stall right now. Oh, and
Yeah,
that's gonna be
that's
it.
gonna be a terrible spawn indeed. Uh,
Right
the
now,
question
it
is,
looks.
are they gonna be able to get back soon enough without a Lucio to kind of boost them in? I actually think they're gonna set up on the other side of the door. I don't think they're gonna chance it.
Oh no, they're chancing.
Oh, nope.
Wolfpack might be in a very bad position.
Alright.
Aggressive.
So we obliterate this Rhine. Good stuff.
Left.
Oh
Very
my.
few meters
Alright, so now our attention turns to what is on the payload. Or at least is what it should be.
left, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be. They're
Darks.
just completely outnumbered right now. Oh, here comes the dragon
That's
strike on
fine.
the point. Doesn't end
You focus on what's near point because that's the only thing stopping you from capping.
up
So you
taking
don't worry about the
down
Hanzo, you worry
the
about
base a
this
little
brig
bit.
here. You have to
They're
hit
trying
this
to
brig.
manage
There
those
you
units
go.
to keep the
So
victory.
now you worry about the
House of Homie,
Zarya.
Jeffrey Llama finally finds his way back. House of Homie still alive and kicking, but it doesn't look like it's going to be good for them
Okay, you
here.
got the
They're
Zarya. Now you
already on the
focus
side of
Rhine.
Horn
There
Beast,
you go.
and that's going to be a point A grab here from the side of Horn Beast. They don't have much further to go, man. Just a little bit further. 1 minute left onto the clock.
They're making really
So
good
now
headway
we
here.
gotta
They're
think
doing the
about
things
what they got
necessary for sure, and
and
like even just simple things
how we're
like
gonna
that.
play
The
around it
Reaper's
because they
getting
have their
fire
junk
strike,
tire
it gets
and
reflected
they
off the
have
marksman, and
Briggle.
then
So
HBK gets right in
Junk's
front
gonna
of the
pop his
Phantom and
tire.
hits it with the bubble.
We
The
can't
Reaper's
really
got
be
a
scared of
bunch
it.
of
We have to keep an
little
eye out
plays
for it
like that
and try and hit
that
this
just
fire
become
strike. But we
so
miss. He
important.
gets two.
Whoa!
That's okay.
Double
Double
kill.
kill
We
from
still
Briggle.
have
Some
40
bravery.
seconds left. We can
But
just
the
go
Ravens
all
are
the way
just going
back
to
and
maneuver, and they're
regroup.
going to push
They
in
push in on us because
aggressively.
they have a man up.
Yeah, they are not playing. 30
Two of
seconds left
them,
on the
two of,
clock.
okay, so you see these two over here and see where the rest of their team is. The reason why these guys lose is because of their positioning. Their Brig and their Reinhardt are over here. The rest of their team's here.
Here.
You guys
Ooh, and they're
pin the Brig, and the Ryan's left without a healer.
My van right there aggressively
Yeah, they are not playing. 30 seconds left on the
try to get
clock.
them out of
She's
here.
dead.
Ooh, and they're
And
taking.
Great
then
pin on the
Reinhardt's in
Phantom
here
there.
trying to
They're
get
just
healed by one
pushing
healer.
right
But you
back.
guys push through and
Ooh.
roast him.
Oh, the hammer down comes in, but doesn't
Hammer
end up
doesn't
getting
connect.
anybody.
We burn
Taking out Mercy. The
Deadeye.
Graviton is
They
on the
burn
attack
Grav,
for
their only win
sure.
condition for this entire push. They burn it on nothing. Which is very important about communicating also, which I'm sure you already do because I've seen it. But that right there cost them the game. That Grav cost them the entire game. If she would have waited for the rest of her team to get there and just grabbed you right before you guys capped this final push, that'd be game. Because Genji would have Blade, their Rhine has Hammer, they have so many ults. They would have won that game if they did not grab right there.
Managed to do anything.
And
Helix
it's
Snake trying to
really
keep the dream
holding
alive.
them where they're supposed to be.
Oh my God, we're gonna see that. We might see a victory here from the Horn Beast. 4 seconds left onto the clock. They're in overtime.
My
Get my
van,
Their
victory.
Brig
and
desperation ults
just to
tries to
keep
stall.
himself up.
You guys
But
roast her.
it's not. It might not be enough. That's a whole team of DPS
That,
coming in.
Good job.
so much power on that point. Everybody's there.
Oh,
That is a very good graph. That's a good graph. You keep the Rhine off the point and their Mercies off the point. It's important that you guys realize that this guy has Shatter. He has a win condition in his pocket. If he gets a fat Shatter, the game's over.
comes the
Oh,
ultimate.
the Graviton! The
Oh, the one
But
shot.
you
Oh my
guys
God.
roast him. Very good.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Here they come on the point. Helix Snake in the background trying to keep something
That's not
going.
going to be enough.
That is game.
House of Homies and Helix Snake get
Very
taken
good.
out, and victory goes.
Good job keeping uh, priorities. I'm sure you guys have been keeping priorities in check for who needs to die and who has what and etc. But there's a lot of like questionable positioning and weird things that are happening with ults. Like we kind of pop ults whenever we see like a play of the game moment, and we need to get around that and start using ults as like a team commodity instead of thinking I'm gonna get play of the game off this. we got to be thinking, okay, my team could use this for next fight. I might as well not use it right now.
To the Horned Beast for our
Oh
first
my
game of the
god!
night.
Well
And
done, Horde
you know what
Beast.
play of the game's gonna be. Come
Oh, of
on.
course. The Quid. It has to be the Quid.
That
Of course.
well,
Watch this
technically it's
again
the
for Hot
second
Pocket.
because he got Reinhardt right after that.
Oh, look
Everyone's
at
staring
that,
at the
Horde
Rhine.
Beast. Oh,
Yep,
oh my god. Woo.
look at that. All hot pockets just woo, so
Extra
hot
spicy.
pockets.
Delicious. That was incredible. That was some great gameplay.
But yeah,
I was
that
actually
was a
really
good
happy
first
with
game.
the final ultimate there by Chibi. The one
Sometimes it's good.
match is about to start. Ooh, and Wolfpack switching over to the far right.
Chibi, where are you at?
Darkstorm on a Zenyatta and Chibi Kitty finally making her way onto the
All
Zarya.
right, so for most
So
King of the Hill maps, I like to
let's
run
let's
Lucio
jump into
just
some
because it gets you to the point faster,
GEBaited
and you
habits.
have AoE
So
healing
being
because the
careful
whole
in the
entire
spawn,
thing is
not a lot of
just a
healing
big
here.
circle, right?
So
Absolutely. As soon as
So
as
consider
soon as you
switching
take
off the
out a
Zen here to a
Lucio
Lucio, and then if that
that's
doesn't
just
work, then you
you
can
get to
switch back.
them.
all
But
right,
Lucio is really strong
trying to
on
get the high ground.
all King of the Hill maps.
But I like what they did. They didn't just get onto
All
the
right,
point. They actually
so
gave
we
themselves a
go
chance to
high
win this
ground.
as a brawl.
That's great.
Bravery against Carefree
High
Llama.
ground is the
So go
best
ahead and start the
spot
brawl.
to be in. We don't get enough healing to our Rhine, or we just don't like help him that much because he gets roasted immediately.
Oh, here, Carefree Llama taking out Bravery.
Oh my god.
Oh, but Darkstorm still gets Carefree Llama. Oh,
So Darkstorm just kind of he pops off. He just pops off. He just kills two people like it's nothing,
Oh, and the picks are
and
starting
then
to
he
come
picks,
in
and
here.
then he gets a third one.
Right now, they're trying to make something happen.
Uh, One thing that is really important on Zenyatta is keeping your orbs on somebody at all times, whether it's Discord or Harmony. Both should be in use while you're alive. So right now, you need to be healing Chibi wherever
Relying on
she
her
is,
homie right now. Chibiki's trying to
which you
take
do.
out this
Good
Orb,
stuff.
and Ultron getting taken out. Helix Snake has got to be careful. Oh my
So
goodness.
pretty much what happened was Darkstorm won that for you,
Have to back off, but Carefree Llama taking out Bravery with that Fire Strike. It's
and
still
our
going on
Reinhardt
right
dies
now.
again. Just
Wolfpack
be
trying to
careful
take this
about
one
where
on
you
the ground.
stand and how much damage you're
So
taking.
that
and I
bar
think that's what
picks.
ended up working for them. I think that they knew with the late pick for Chibi Kitty and the switches for Wolfpack and Darkstorm that they weren't going to get to the point before GEBaited got there. So their best bet was to take the high ground and jump down. And
All
here they
right,
go on the attack again. Hammer
Ooh,
down comes
fatty.
in as soon as Carefree Llama's
Ooh.
taken out. And then
Good shatter. We communicated that, or at least I hope we communicated that because that was big.
is going to be a cleanup right now
Okay, so
for
the only thing I don't
GEBaited got
understand
there.
is the
So
trans here.
their best bet was to take the high ground and jump down. And
All
here they
right,
go on the attack again. Hammer down comes in as soon as Carefree Llama's
Ooh.
taken out. And it is going
You
to be a
use it as soon as you
cleanup
get it,
right now. Helix Snake, the only one left.
but there are two people on the ground. So either we didn't call out how many people were on the ground and we thought that we were threatened, but this trans, it doesn't do
Ooh,
anything.
but was that ultimate real?
Comes
It
in as
doesn't do
soon as
anything.
Carefree
It just
Llama's
tells
taken
them I
out.
had trans,
And
now
it
I
is going
don't.
to be a cleanup right now.
Uh,
Helix Snake, the
it's gonna be
only
a
one
while
left.
until I get another one.
Ooh, but was that ultimate really necessary there for Darkstorm?
You probably
They
realize it,
don't have anything against the
but
ultimate punch
just
here from Helix Snake and House of Homie.
I
I
know
don't
you
know.
got
As
it.
quickly as
Don't
Darkstorm
pop
got
it.
that
Wait,
ultimate,
wait
and
and
House
see
of
if the
Homie
fight's
only went
over.
to half,
See if we need to use
they
anything. Is
might be able
anyone
to get it
low?
back before the
Does
fight's over.
anyone need HP fast? Do multiple people need HP
Something really
fast?
starting
Because
to
now we
come
don't
to
have
a head.
anything.
Wolfpack trying to keep control of the high ground. Oh, and the ultimate coming in from the Brigida, getting my van, might be making something
Good
happen.
block.
Oh, Carefree Llama getting taken out. Here comes the ultimate. Down.
Ooh. That didn't get anybody. Where are you?
Not
Oh,
grabbing anything.
Were you sitting up top? Oh, you died. When in doubt, if they're running straight into you, just aim at your feet. It's pretty much that, because that grab somehow whiffed through everybody and hit the staircase.
Ooh, this is not looking good.
So just wait. Just wait, and if you see an opportunity, just aim at your feet if they're on top of you.
Good here on the side of Horn Beast.
Ryan gets
Oh, look at
pinned.
the comeback here from Bravery.
Ryan pins back.
Impressive.
The Ryan pin knocks everyone backwards away from the Death Blossom,
Extra pick.
and we don't see anyone near this Death Blossom. So it's another wasted ult.
So
We burnt 2 ults on nothing.
see, here's an issue that we're seeing once again. Hopefully, it's gonna work out for them, but
Don't C9. Focus targets on point first, and then focus on the targets off point.
using the ultimates just in desperation to try to hold on to the point. They have the numbers. All they got to do is get those picks right there, hot pockets, and get in my van, just going at one another.
You see how
They're
like
gonna take care of
how
getting my
much
van
damage you
right
take
there.
from charging, even if you do
Doing
think
as
you can
much
get
as
it.
possible to try to stall a little bit. Not gonna be any good.
My
This.
name's Aria, and I got bubbles.
Oh, there comes the
They burnt
ultimate.
beat,
Gonna break it
and they burnt grav.
down.
We do not have trans. We burnt shatter. So we ended up burning 3 ults on that fight. And we know that they have grav dragons. That's their combo. I'm not sure why we shattered here while we're in the grav, because no one else is going to be in it. So now we don't have any ults other than Barrage, uh,
Good job,
almost
Halcyon.
Blossom,
Good job.
and
Hey man,
Mercy.
it still takes damage.
That's all we
Even
got.
Helix Snake taking out Wolfpack in midair. Well done. Alrighty, 99 to 3%. I mean, that's the thing though. Right now, GEBaited has a very
And our Mercy gets staggered again. Again, if you're caught out and your rest of your team's dead, as soon as you see that your team is going to lose, just jump into it and die. It saves you a lot more time than having to wait for you to respawn.
Oh, absolutely, which is why they're trying to hold this forward position right here. Although, I don't know. It can be a difficult place to hold by holding the objective.
right, especially when you have Wolfpack just kind of raining damage on in. I mean, Helix Snake can really control an area, but with that Pharah just kind of raining damage down, this could become very detrimental to him.
Absolutely. And Wolfpack can just essentially fly over the team as well. So, I mean, just hit the point.
Good
There goes
block.
the hammer down.
Misses, and it looks like Corn Beast is just trying to come in
Oh,
here.
Alright, so
Oh,
we do use
man.
Barrage. That's all we got.
oh, making it a
Good stuff. No more
sniper
ults.
and a
We
Kill.
use trans again. Why do we use trans? Hold on to trans, my guy. Don't use it as soon as you get it. It's a lot more powerful than you think. It's the best defensive ult in the game. To give you an aspect ratio, it does 300 health per second. It heals 300 health a second. That's a lot of healing. That goes through Hanzo Dragon. That goes through everything except Barrage. Barrage is the only thing that can cut through Transcendence damage. So burning that on a one fight after we killed 2 people and then Barrage killed 3, and then burning it is kind of detrimental to you. It kind of makes everything a lot harder for you and your entire team.
Oh my goodness, incredible
But it's
gameplay
overtime.
here from the side of
That's
Horn
just
Beast.
me talking out my ass.
It was
So
just very
good
patient.
ult
That's
for
what it
last
came
fight.
down
But
to.
if it
They
were
knew
not
what
last
they
fight,
were
I would
getting
not have
into.
used trans.
They had the time. They had the time to figure out the way that it was going to go down. When Bravery got the pin on Carefree Llama, the shield was out of the way. They could do the barrage and get a couple kills, and then well, it
All
looks
right.
like Kiriki's switching over to the Junkrat, Alterin switching to the Ana. We don't get to see a lot of Ana play.
Ooh, Spaceman, thank you for the cheer. I appreciate that. That's a
Good
little
job
bit
taking
better.
this high ground here.
Love it. Alrighty, and here they come again.
This is a really weird flank
Looking
route
for
you
the
guys
fire
took.
strike and Horn.
So you guys took high ground and then you immediately gave it up to go back here. So inadvertently you're forcing them onto point. And there's only 3 seconds to cap it. This is a very bad idea because you're pretty much just telling them, hey, you can have the point. Kind of defeats the purpose of trying to get the point. So yeah, you can grab high ground. That's cool. The better thing that I've seen a lot of people do is trying to force the fight in this small little room here and have a Junkrat or running goats. So fighting either this main area or in this little shut-in area is the best course of action for this, because you can span them out and you can do more damage and charge ults a lot faster than it is to go all the way over here, sit here, come all the way down here, and then let's say, okay, you can have the point.
Horn Beast trying to take up a position behind them, with Chibiki taking out Hot Pockets. Charby bringing back Hot Pockets, and right now it doesn't look like Horn Beast are going to be able to make anything happen. Getting my van just a little bit too far forward.
Kill the brig.
Gets taken out by the Hot Pockets. Ooh.
Kill the brig, or Ryan goes in, but everyone else falls back. If you got a pick, push that advantage. Don't let it just pass away. You can't be afraid to fight. If you see someone pop up on here and it's someone red killing someone blue, you walk in. You don't back up. You go in. Everybody walks in. Everybody walks in. The Rhine dies for nothing because we are too slow to react to that pick.
Making the kills happen. But the kills are coming in. Oh no.
Chibi Kitty though, still making the kills happen.
We die to a trap. Oops. So it's also very important to call out where things are. Like this Junkrat over here. He should be a target. He should be dead. I hate this player.
Getting my van just a little bit too far forward. Gets taken out by the Hot Pockets. Ooh. Getting stopped at the nick of time. Chibi Kitty though, still making the kills happen.
But the kills are coming in on both sides.
But yeah,
Right
now
now
we
it's
gave
kind
them
of
the
going back
point,
and forth, but
and
it's
they
not
have
nearly enough. So
20% on
we're
us.
gonna have to give it up to GEBaited for right now.
Just from the first fight, and we're still staggering.
Ooh, and this isn't looking good
So
for the
now the
switchback.
blue
The
team has
switchback, and that's gonna be a huge
like
stagger.
almost 45%, just from us
Alrighty, it looks like they're gonna have to go ahead and wait for this.
staggering and goofing around.
30% here for GEBaited. I mean, they've got a lot of time,
We
so they
swap
can
to
get something
dive,
on there.
or swap to a Winston.
Well, it looks like we're gonna
Still
see
keeping the
GEBaited
Zarya.
switch over to the Winston. Chibi
We're
Kitty
swapping
taking
dive.
on the D.Va now. Ooh.
And they switched up the team composition here a little bit, which could be a little bit dangerous here for the side of Horn Beast. They don't have
So
the static shield.
what's really important about dive is the monkey and D.Va are pretty much sewn together. Very much so sewn together. Because without the D.Va, the monkey jumps in and he gets roasted because he has no defense matrix, right? And without the monkey, we don't have enough cleave damage to kill anything. So it's important that you and the D.Va communicate your dives and you don't just jump straight into 6 people and expect to live. Because you already lost one guy and you already burnt res. So you're just going to feed ult. We also have no shield for anything. That is a good trance though. That's a good trance.
And I think that's what they were holding on to the Zenyatta.
Something that is very nitpicky though is don't use both support ults at the same time. Try and alternate between them, because the trance, that was a good trance. A-okay trance. The Valk, on the other hand, if we have trance going off, we don't really need Valk healing. We don't really need Valk damage boost because we're going to outlive anything they throw us at us anyway. But it was also very important to realize that this is a 5v6. Because our Hanzo died before the push even began. So this is a lost fight to begin with. So we burnt 2 ults on a lost fight.
Ult for. Unfortunately, it didn't really save them that much.
Oh, and right now, Horn Beast trying to keep the dream alive with Bravery still up at the forefront. Charby trying to keep him alive, but that might not be enough. Charby trying to bring back Chibi Kitty. Chibi Kitty in a little bit of a bad position. She might get killed before she gets into her mech.
Oh, there she goes. Up, and there they come back. Stronger than ever. Wolfpack
We get
getting the
2.
hit on Chibi Kitty.
We push in.
Bravery
We
taking
don't
out
be
Hana
scared. You
Hoshi.
push in.
That's 2 down already. Just gotta work
You
your
got
way
3.
in.
You keep pushing it.
Ooh, Bravery getting taken
You
out by
kill
the
the
Demon
Reinhardt.
Snake while in the
Kill the
Death
Reinhardt.
Trap. right
Holy
now,
moly, he stays alive a long time.
GEBaited
Kill the
just
Reinhardt.
kind of holding
There you go.
bodies on the point as much as
Alright, now you
possible.
cap.
Tires coming in for GBkey right now.
Wait a minute. So it's overtime. They pop Deadeye, they kill one, and they use tire. Why isn't anybody on point? Hello?
Oh no, and they never
Hello?
the points.
The Zen has to come out of his hidey hole and contest for you tanks.
Nope,
Oh,
no, they didn't.
What are you doing? You can't wimp out when it's overtime. If you don't get on the point, you lose. Just because someone pops tire doesn't mean hide even if it's in overtime. You would have capped the point.
They were so close, but they just didn't have it. They just didn't have enough. The graviton holding everybody in the middle.
ooh, and it just became a terrible shooting breach. Right now, though, Braver trying to keep things alive gets shattered. We're gonna see the ultimate here by Wolfpack, but it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen, and that's gonna be end of that push here for the
You
side
lost
of
that
Blue.
because you didn't cap the point.
Alrighty, we've got 1-1. Man, these guys are brawling tonight.
And
Absolutely,
you
they
staggered the entire time. You were never full
they got a
six that
little worried
entire
towards
match,
the
except
O.
for
Like
the first
they got a
part
little shook
where you
after
just gave them
that
the point.
first engagement, and then all the switch ups just kind of they couldn't get anything to land because that junk was throwing the junk around.
Right now though, GEBaited
Okay,
really playing well. They use
so
that
we're
Lucio
running our
ult at
Reaper.
speed to their advantage.
Run Reaper Farah. Okay.
Looks like Hot Pocket's trying to get a position
Alright,
behind the
so the
point.
moment that you
Doesn't
see
really look like it's
someone
gonna
with
happen
that,
though.
Because
uh,
that junk that junk was throwing the junk around.
let's see
Right
here.
now
I'm
though,
assuming it's on
GEBaited
red team because it has
really
to be.
playing well, especially with that
So
Lucio
Reaper
using that
teleports
speed to
in.
their advantage.
Okay. Oh my god. So as soon as you see that cross on somebody, that's your heal target. You don't jump to them. You
Pocket
just
trying to
switch your
get
beam because now you threw yourself into the middle of six people and you're probably scared for your life.
position behind them. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen though. Wolf
Ground fair as well. Uh, Try and stay in the air. They don't have any. They have a McCree. So as Farah, your job is to deal damage from above, right? But for your own sake, focus the people that are the most danger to you. So in this case, it would be their McCree. So you find their McCree and you bully him. You make him regret playing the game.
Wolfpack on the ground trying to see if he can get a pick, but nothing really happens. And Braver gets the pick.
Okay. So did our Ryan die before? Was he coming back from spawn, or did he just back all the way up for that charge? Because yes, that was a good pin. You hit the Reinhardt, now he's dead. But probably get more ult charge if you're just there in the fight anyway, swinging your hammer and landing fire strikes. And that way people wouldn't have to play so scared.
On Carefree Llama, Chibi Kitty taking out Carefree Llama, and the picks are starting to come in here on the side of Horn
Ooh,
Beast.
Wolfpack still
How do you die to that? Interesting. Try and stay in the air as Farah. If you're having trouble, don't hold your jump button all the way down. Try and lightly tap it. What's a good button that I can use for a sound check? But basically what you do is you tap it like, and you keep tapping it like that, so you stay in the air until your shift comes off cooldown, or your jump pack, and then you use it and you get all your fuel back. So don't hold down all your fuel at once, but just tap it.
on the ground, gets taken out by Chibi Key's passive right there. Right now, getting my van's the only one there. Gonna get taken out by the fire strike, and that is it.
Yeah, I'm
It is gonna start there for Horn Beast.
I'm really glad to see these guys playing right now. Holy crap! They just ran in there, took control of the positions, and honestly, just having Wolfpack control the skies makes it really hard for GEBaited to really control the point.
Absolutely. The question's gonna be if Helix Snake can keep Wolfpack in check.
All right, looks like they're coming in again, and looks like they're popping in the ultimate right
Okay,
now.
we pop rally before the fight. That's good. We have extra armor.
Bravery
All right,
Llama keeps
so
going in,
you
swinging
keep
on each
swinging.
other.
There you go. You kill the Reinhardt.
Oh,
They drop beat a little bit too late. We drop the huge shatter. The biggest thing.
After the
Okay,
shatter.
so I know you hit like a huge shatter and you see a target, you want to charge it, but you do more DPS from a shatter as Reinhardt by just walking through and swinging your hammer. I know it's enticing to do the charge. Just swing. Just hold W and swing. You do more damage that way, and you don't displace the entire team that has been on the ground. So even if you do not kill them, they don't move that far away, and your team can still uh, clear the shatter.
Barrier went down. The hammer down came in.
oh,
Where
breaking
are you?
base.
Because you're all the way over here, and you're low, or no, that's
So aggressive right
Oh
no, you're not
no!
low, but
Little out of
you
position to
dishevel
shoot.
like you moved everybody that was on the ground, and if not everyone was there to begin with, then they might have gotten away and they could have regrouped.
But you getting back. Good job. Good job.
GBK switching over to the Pharah, but not really making anything happen. That was intense. Hot Pockets taking out GBK, and right now 50% to 0. GEBaited has a long way to go if they want to make this work. Carefree Llama.
Absolutely. Helix Snake
We
switching
got to be
over
thinking
to
what combo we're
the
going to use
Soldier
next.
76,
So our
looking
next
like
win
that
condition is
taking a little
Grav
bit more control over
or Blossom.
Wolfpack and Charvy.
Right, but Wolfpack right now is playing an incredible game. But honestly, Darkstorm is keeping everyone going.
What the
But
hell?
Carefree Llama
Interesting.
getting
Oh,
nano
they're just
boosted.
rushing in. They're just
So the
burning
Rhine
everything
just
they can.
charges in for free
And they got that pick on
and
Bravery. The
then
hammer
burns
down
his
coming in,
shatter
but the res coming
on
in from
nothing,
Bravery during that is not gonna
but
help.
gets our Mercy though.
Oh, here comes Hot Pockets going for
Oh,
picks.
Carefree
Managing to.
Llama and House
We
of Llama getting
still
really
win
stuck
this
on the
fight
point.
because of that Rhine.
Oh my
Picks come in
goodness.
for Wolfpack once again.
So you see, like the Rhine, like they nanoed way early, which really confused me. They nanoed and they sped in, and instead of just walking forward and holding his left click to swing, he charges in. He gets the Rhine, but then the Rhine just gets res right back, and his team has no defender. So we just walk into their back line and we kill everybody. And there's just Zarya and Rhine left on point, and there's still 5 of us here.
See, I think the hard part that they're having right now is with Chibiki on the Pharah. Oh, there we go. Looks like oh, not gonna
Not
That's
happen.
an
gonna
easy
get it.
peasy game.
Horn Beast taking a second win tonight. Holy goodness.
We take like a 7 year intermission,
You can't undercut GEBaited's. Oh, there's Hot.
and then we go to Horizon,
We will
one of
see
the
right
best
here on
maps.
Horrible. I mean, Horizon Lunar Colony.
Hey, why you gotta do that? I love this place, okay? We've been over this.
Understand, the Overwatch community has spoken, and exactly.
Alright. My van on the Moira, so we're having some switch ups. Chibiki though staying on the soldier. So
We really like running
Horned
Brig.
Beasts are kind of keeping their lineup right now, and
What's wrong with
honestly,
Lucio,
Darkstorm
fam?
as the Brigida has
Run a
really been
Lucio every
focused
now and
on,
again, man.
being
Oh,
that support.
absolutely. Taking
Lucio's so good on these
that
maps.
most of the time to Bravery's hip, keeping Carefree Llama completely out of the game most of the time. It's always a 1-2 combo with them. There's the stun and the tackle, and that's usually it for Carefree Llama. So
Alright,
let's
so we
see how
attack
things
first.
go here. It
Ugh,
looks like
sorry.
Helix Snake is gonna try to play pretty far back to try to
We
get in
peek
that
out.
back line as quickly as
Ooh.
possible.
It looks like he's looking for a target.
They're
Charvy is
cooking
looking.
Alright, so
holy they're
like what we see here is that we go left side and we push all the way through as a unit, which is really great. We catch the Reaper like off guard because he's expecting us to like bebop around, so he'll just walk into us. So he just wastes a whole bunch of time walking towards us. But the bad news about that is he's in our back line.
like we don't care
And we don't notice it until he's already got like one shotgun in our Mercy's mouth.
Oh, right now
So
Bravery
Mercy dies.
jumping in.
We kill their Rhine though.
First pick from
So Charvy calls out that there's a Reaper that just blew her brains out.
Helix.
Zarya turns.
but they got a
Right.
trade as coming in for Carefree
Zarya
Llama.
turns.
Oh, but the
That was a
trade once
decent pin.
again. Oh,
Ooh,
hammer
Already.
that was
down.
a fast shatter, dude. Good shit. But you
Really
shatter
good.
that guy
Takes out hot pockets. The res coming in for Carefree Llama.
after the res too.
Oh,
So
but the
you
pin once
bring in,
again.
you see the shatter, you take it, you get 3 people on the ground. Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
hammer
already?
down.
I'm really
Already with the
sick
extra
and
power?
tired of this video
Just
player.
oh,
But anyway, get those 3 on the ground. But you forget that this Reaper's here.
come on. Come on, Wolfpack.
Clicks.
But they got
So
a
right,
trade off. Darkstorm getting 2 right there.
I'm just gonna let it play.
Takes out hot pockets. The res coming in for
Good
Carefree
bubble.
Llama.
Bring
Oh,
it
but the
back.
pin once again.
Shatter.
Oh,
oh,
hammer
already?
down.
Get 3 on the ground.
Insane.
You kill 2.
Oh,
The Reaper's still alive in your backline. Kill the Zarya.
it's just
Reaper kills
oh,
2.
come on. Come on, Wolfpack.
Wolfpack not managing to make
Oh
it out.
no,
And
couldn't
not
even
paying
get
attention to
that.
the Reaper lost that
Oh,
push.
that was close.
So it's important to take
That was really
target
close
priority
between
into
the
account
teams right there. Just a perfect
because
trade.
it's
One for the other,
really
one artist
fuck.
for another.
Words are hard for
I
me.
gotta say, I was impressed
But
that Bravery got that ultimate
it's
first in
really
the match.
important to know what the most
Now
dangerous
Helix
thing
can
on their
can
team
clean
is
the
to you
ultimate up
and
and
dealing with that
defend.
first.
So all he needs is a solid point, and that's gonna be a really tough day. Oh, Helix thinks he might
Oh.
be in a bad position.
Oh, that was
Oh,
close, man.
Quadruple kill.
even
So if we
Wolfpack
knew
taking him
the
out.
guy was
I
there,
mean,
we did flashbang
that's
him,
just it right
but we
there.
didn't react fast enough as a team to shut him down because that was a throw play. If we would have killed him right there during his ult, that would have been great. And then we just held the body from their mercy, and then we pushed through and we win. That was a good reaction from the
Oh,
McCree,
now
but
Carefree
That
Llama.
was carefully
we need to
timed
be a little
out
bit
too.
faster on
You could
everybody
tell that
else.
the Helix Snake knew that Darkstorm was immediately going to come in with the stun. And so they got stunned off the bat, but not taken out. And so when that ult came, there was just nothing to stop it.
And right now, Helix is just being really annoying. And right now, Horde Beasts are, kind of deciding when they're gonna fight, and
So
Helix
this
is
Reaper
just
has a
being a freaking nuisance.
fun thing where he likes to
Oh,
just
and
sit
now
behind you guys.
Horde
Like,
Beasts
what
are
is this
getting
rotation? Look at this rotation. This is exactly what you guys did on Oasis. So what you're saying here is if you drop behind him, we're running this way anyway. You drop behind him, you chase him. You're just like, yeah, you can go ahead and have this point. We don't need it.
just gonna
Just going
completely
under
ignore
the
them.
high ground right
And the
there.
Moira is all the way over here by herself. You just rush her and kill her.
Oh, and Carefree Llama getting taken
Yeah, you
out as
killed 2
well
for
by
free.
Helix. Oh, here comes the high noon.
He doesn't have anything, so he just wraithed into you to
Oh,
die.
Carefree Llama.
They
down.
burnt 2
Carefree
ults
Llama
there.
ends up taking out Bravery. The Graviton doesn't really get
But
much
we still win
utility,
this. We can still win.
but without the tanks on the point now, Chibiki's
Mm,
getting taken out as well.
no, I
That's
don't think
gonna
it's
be
winnable.
clear.
Yeah, you guys back out. That's fine.
Right now, though,
So their Mercy and Soldier just sat on the high ground for free, which is what their whole team should have done. Their Zarya's a bot.
Naomi though getting taken out right
Um,
there.
oh, and it looks
okay.
like GEBaited is not
So
happy with those losses.
target priority there. We should have won that,
No, I think
but we
that that
didn't
dead break was
expect
just what they needed
the
right there.
res, and we didn't
Right, just
expect
kind of
Shatter to come
solid
from the res.
regroup and
So they used
kind of
both
get
their tank ults,
Right
which is good
now,
for us for the
the
next
res
push.
didn't come in
But
for
we only have
Naomi, so
Dragon and oh, we have almost everything.
Horn Beast off the point long enough for House
We
Elf to
just
get
gotta
back
be
is going to be really important right
expecting
now.
this Reaper because all he's doing
and
is
Charby popping up the ult.
being this annoying twat.
Oh, Helix trying to find the pick, not managing to land anything.
You charge and you
Right on the
miss.
point, but this
Now you're in the
Helix
middle of
is
nowhere.
dangerous. Doesn't really seem to be getting. Oh,
Another
hammer
big
down.
shatter.
Hammer down.
Oh, and
Back
Chibiki popping
visor
up the
coming in
ultimate.
for Chibiki on the high ground.
All right. I'm assuming someone deals with
Not
the
managing to
soldier, right?
really take out
Ends up
Chibiki.
taking.
This, okay, he drops down like an
Oh,
idiot,
that's unfortunate.
And and
Just going
and you
over
guys
the
just wail
top.
on him because he gave up
Oh, and there
his
goes
high
the
ground.
pin.
You grab.
Snake might be in a
Probably
bad
didn't need
position.
the
Gonna try
grab,
and take
but
the point at
security,
this
I
point.
suppose.
Gonna get
There's
the
only 2
stun.
people there.
Oh, but still getting the damage going.
That
Right
fire
now,
strike.
Carefree Llama deciding whether or not to get into this, and he's
No,
gonna have to back off.
not
It's not
worth
gonna
it.
even make it.
It's not worth it, Llama. Choo-choo.
But now
Alright, that's going
we
to take
only
us to
have
4 minutes
oh
on
god,
the
we
clock.
only have dragons,
All right, and here they
so we're
go.
gonna have to run a dry
Initial
push
assault, and it looks like
and hope that we
GEBaited
can
is
get
still
ults
up on
out of
the
them.
high ground. So Bravery is gonna consider going
So
towards
we
the
go to
bot
the
lane,
left.
maybe to try and get that side
It's
push.
okay.
That's exactly what they've been doing the whole time. Like, every
Okay,
time they
we
see
go left.
GEBaited on the high ground,
Orion
they're just like,
forgets what the plan is,
Hot
goes out and shows
Pockets,
himself.
no big deal.
Um,
All right, here they come
it's
in.
cool. We
Bravery
still have
starting to
Dragon
get things
Strike.
going.
That's all we got.
They got to be
They're
careful
gonna
though.
have Death Blossom.
Hornby in the back line.
Oh,
Kill their
here we
Rhine, good
go.
stuff. The Death Blossom comes in
Oh,
because,
come
you
on,
know, the
man.
Reaper only comes from
Rhine
behind you
kill.
guys.
Oh my
And no
goodness.
one's. We
He's
haven't picked up on that yet.
Here.
So as soon as
Here.
someone realizes, hey, this Reaper
Here. He's
only
just trying to
goes
develop hot
behind us,
pockets. That's
that
what's going to
means the
happen.
McCree should turn around and look. Because if they just have one guy that just keeps
Kills the
doing that
Rhine.
stuff and he puts
So
himself out of position to
Dark
get
Storm
there, then that's a
got to
free
be more attentive.
flashbang headshot.
Right
He
now,
goes in the
Dark
Wraith and
Storm
runs
and
away like a
Hot Pockets are the
wimp
only ones that could stop
kind of
that.
play.
Mid-channel, so they cannot be giving him that kind of
We go
freedom.
underneath.
It looks like
That's good.
Bravery's gonna try and get the
That's
low-key
good. They
Hog
oh,
grab.
the ultimate.
Graviton
They
Oh,
follow up on it with
GP in the high
Junkrat.
ground just
So that's good. We got their ults
guaranteed
out. We
kills
got their
back
ults
to
out. That's
back.
fine. We still have
back
two
to
and a half
back.
minutes.
Goodness.
It's fine.
Oh my
They have
god,
Tire
three
though, so we
ults.
need to be careful of
GBT and
that.
GEBaited are coming in powerful.
And we have Deadeye and we have
Oh,
Shatter.
GBT was
So for
definitely the
Deadeye, the
upper
best
side
place
of
that
that
we can
fight.
go, the push, is up here. Because that way McCree can see everybody.
Alrighty, they're trying to get back onto the. They're trying to get onto the point here. Bravery's got to figure out what else to do. They've got three ultimates, but GBT's got the ultimate, as well. And this is where things can get a little bit hairy. I like what Hornbeasts are doing. They're forcing them off. Oh, and
Oh,
here
here
comes the.
comes the tire in the back line. Who's it gonna get?
Nope.
Oh, it looks like Hot
Nobody.
Pockets ended up getting it.
See, like as soon as you land the
Looks like
flashbang,
nothing
Reaper
really
realizes he's a huge wimp and wraiths out.
happened. But now it looks like Get in My Van is the only ultimate available right now. Horned Beast ready to make something happen. They cannot be afraid though. Starting to get
Yep,
onto
we
the
start the
point.
fight with Rally,
Hot
so that
Pockets
means
in bad
fight.
position. High noon here from Hot
Our noon
Pockets.
is up.
Trying to make something work.
We kill the
Oh, looks like
Reaper.
they're gonna
Good
get the shot,
stuff.
but Dark
We
Storm gonna
block
hit
Hammer.
him.
We counter Shatter.
Oh,
Could this be the
Huge.
shatter? Could this be the shatter?
That is huge, dude.
that has been,
Props to you.
what I have definitely noticed tonight is that Bravery has been the one landing most of the
Reaper
successful
wreaths in and he
run-through
dies
shatters
immediately.
tonight. Like, it
Very
seems that
nice. Very
Timber's the one
nice
that's
last
always
fight.
the first one to hit. Bravery's always got that shield ready, and then immediately right after, just boom, that second shatter comes in, taking out Carefree and the rest of the team that's behind him, and for 1 minute 14 seconds, that's not bad. That's not a bad time to have on this map.
No, they've got adequate enough time, and that's the thing though. I'm really confident in terms of GEBaited's offensive capabilities. The thing is though, can Helix Snake, get those necessary picks? Because as you just discussed, Bravery right now is outrining Carefree Llama. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
definitely.
But
But the
at
way
the
the way that Helix Snake played that last game as the Reaper, well, it looks like they're actually going for a goats comp going into the point right here. So
oh my goodness, this could be deadly, man. Oh, I hate goats. They just charge at you, man. There's nothing you can do if you're not careful.
well, I think that's hopefully
Looked
with
at
the
my
power
phone
that
for
they
2 seconds.
uh,
And now we're over
Just
here. They
charging
push
in.
to the left. So what
I can hear
do?
it on the.
We rotate. Good stuff.
I can hear it on the comms.
So
They
Hanzo, your job is to stay up there on the high ground, which you
trying to
do.
make
Very
something
good
happen.
job. Double fire
whoa,
strike. Good
Double
stuff.
clear fire
Focus the
strike.
target. It should be Moira. Moira no
The
fade.
damage output here by
Good
the Horned Beast is
stuff.
powerful right now.
they sharpened those horns and spawn, fam.
And then the Moira is
They
still
definitely
there.
did.
Moira no
Probably
fade
actually more
again.
on the side of
And you wreck
Horned
her. Good
Beast.
stuff, guys.
Well
Good
done.
retaliation.
It was very calculated. Again, just the calculated plays coming from them tonight. Hot Pockets didn't jump in with the rest of the team. He went and followed GEBaited onto the point. So he was getting the damage behind where none of the shields were, getting those first couple of picks, or allowing Bravery to get the first couple of picks with that fire strike that went through most of the entire
Oh,
team.
that's an interesting
Hot Pockets,
teleport. Yeah, you realize that. You're like, oh.
In a
I think
very bad
I think
position here.
Hot Pockets was trying to get to the high ground, but just missed shot.
Okay, so
Very
Hanzo, down here is where you're at
Oh,
your
what a
weakest.
header from
Another big
Bravery.
shatter.
the team.
We got the Diva out of mech.
Oh, homie, but Get My
Their
Van
Rhine
is still
charged
there.
off
Right there,
point
that's gonna be
with our
unfortunate.
Hanzo.
Llama getting Wolfpacked
So,
off.
ooh,
Hot Pockets
Oh,
good.
Jibiki. Oh, the
The
cancel
rally
out.
keeps us alive here, so
There's the
that's really
llama.
good.
And the mecha
Oh,
coming back for House of Homie. Charmy with the
Diva.
redstone, Darkstorm.
You should be
Bringing the
focusing the
steals back.
Moira a lot more.
Oh, and
oh,
it's
House of
not going to
Homie
be
just.
enough.
Yeah, House of Homie just quitting at that point. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left under the clock. Horn Beasts are looking fantastic right now.
They're just making it work right now. They're out damaging the goats right now.
Ooh, but
Mhm.
right now, GEBaited has the chance
We
to
have
win
so
this
many
round. They
ults.
cannot let them get stopped. They cannot let themselves get stopped here. I know they've got the DPS potential.
Are they going to pull a
So
similar
now they're
move
gonna
like
try
they
and
did
run
on
it straight into
66?
us.
That's
Oh, here,
that's what I'm wondering
That
right
looks
here.
good. Okay, so
oh,
good
here comes the
graph.
ultimate.
Oh no! Oh!
1-2 punch. 1-2
But
punch.
the Diva Bomb
Nope.
just
Oh,
got
A
in.
little bit late on the
Why?
dragon. I don't know if we knew where the
Isn't
grab
hitting
was.
anybody.
A little bit slow. A little
ooh,
bit
right
slow, but
now
that's
Ultra
okay.
in a very bad position. He's getting
We
grouped
got
in.
the diva out of mech.
He gets pushed all the way back. Darkstorm taking out House of Homie. Ooh, and the hammer down
Oh!
The
coming in.
hammer connects.
Whoa! What happened there?
It looks like he didn't manage to land anything at
Yeah,
this point.
it's like he got booped in the air. I think is what happened.
Oh,
Decent
but
death
right now, Horn
blossom.
Beast is showing their horns, man. Taking out Chibiki and getting my van. Gonna have to
Wait,
grab
we used
here.
grav. We
Oh my
used
goodness. 1 minute
death
left onto the
blossom.
clock. I am seeing
We used
I'm seeing
dragon.
a Horn Beast W right now.
We
That's
burnt
the way
three
it's
ults,
working
but
right
that's
now.
okay. They don't have anything
I
except
I like
beat.
the I like the shot from House of Homie. Like that was good. Knowing that the graviton was probably gonna come in. Although I feel like if House of Homie had been there to eat the graviton, maybe that would have worked a little bit better.
I mean that's a very like minor room for making that work.
No,
You have to
I
be really.
completely agree.
Good job rotating the
All right,
point.
using the ultimate. Alatrin trying to start getting everything
Good
going.
job
Dropping
focusing down the
down with the
Zarya.
ultimate, keeping the team alive. And
You
oh,
just
now the
shatter that
shatter.
Lucio into the nth dimension.
Oh my God, Bravery just dominating in terms of the
Ooh,
Ryan game right now.
Helix
Helix,
Snake just staying as high as possible. But Charmy,
it doesn't look like anything's
Charmy's
gonna
pulling
happen.
out
And
the
we're
Good
gonna get a
graviton.
game.
W here from the Horn Beasts. Oh my goodness.
Alright, we got our last one. Is objectively the longest game. So this should be good.
Be doing the Torbjorn.
I'm
I don't know if
going
that's what I'd want
to
to see.
set this here and I'm going to go to the bathroom while you listen to these guys talk.
Fair. So are we
Alrighty.
gonna continue on to the fourth tonight?
It sounds to me like GEBaited wants to do one more. Let those of you at home let us know. Do you guys want to see one more? Do you guys want to see GEBaited give it one more shot against the Horn Beast? Get their score up on the
I
scoreboard.
do, I do, I do.
I do too. I do too. I think they want to show their stuff. I don't think they're ready to lose just
Well,
yet.
they've been showing their stuff all night.
Well,
Like you keep saying, we're not gonna put them out. Debated has been playing phenomenally tonight.
all right, we've got 2 minutes left onto the clock. Okay. And
Well,
Alatrid. Yeah, Alatrid might have had a DC. Good thing it happened in between games.
oh,
Uh,
definitely.
and I'm proud of the way Jabaited's been playing. To be quite frank with you, I love seeing them play. I love seeing the way they've been doing it. But that's the thing. The uh Horn Beast just playing it fantastically tonight.
All right, it looks like we're gonna have to have a substitution
Okay, I am back.
alongside Debated. It looks like Ultron had to go to another scrimmage.
Hey man, that's a big going to
The
be playing
new
the
Bonnie.
Torbjorn. I don't know if that's what I'd want to.
Sorry, me drinking water is really weird. Ugh. Anyway, if this will load, I'd appreciate it.
So weird.
Just a little disturbing.
Alright, so we're on Noom Bonnie.
What were some of the other ones? Oh, Mercy
running
and
our
then
patented
that would be
Brig
amazing.
Death Ball
Can
comp.
you do that in Valkyrie?
So the thing about Noombani is it has a lot of
I heard
verticality,
of that.
which
So
makes
you
it
would
kind
never
of hard
use
to
it
run
while
Death
you get
Ball
to
on, but it's not
and it
impossible.
automatically becomes
Usually on
super strong.
Noombani,
Hey man, Super Saiyan,
a
before we
lot
go
of
any
people
further,
like to run dive just because you
next
can get
segment
up the
coming
high
up, we're gonna
places
talk, and it looks like we're not gonna get a lot of changes.
and take the
Casual
high
Ops is
ground
gonna
from the
go,
defending team.
taking the mantle as main tank.
But we can
Casual
make
Ops
this work.
promoted the OT. All right, let's see if Horn Beast can keep this at a 4-0. And like once again, I'm just proud of these guys
What's
because
it?
I'm
What's with
proud of
you
these guys
guys
for
and
going
holding,
all night.
going out only the
It's been
left
an
door?
incredible night. Just being able to see
Okay,
these
we
guys
go
perform
underneath.
the way they've been performing.
Well,
All right,
it's the same way that, and we were talking about this a couple
Right
weeks
underneath
ago.
him. Good
The
stuff.
same way that happened
Mercy, you need to move
with
a little bit
Void
faster. But we get there, Mercy.
and
Good stuff.
Titans.
Alright, we get
You know
this Rhine.
that
Look at this Rhine.
Titans were
This Rhine is all
constantly
alone.
getting Void down
Okay,
over and
we get
over
the Diva
again to
instead.
find.
That's fine.
They got in the
We get
package, they put
everybody.
in the time, and they were able to
We get
succeed.
everybody except the
Now they're
soldier.
very
Or the McCree. He
implemented
just
with
rolls
this
on point,
group,
realizes the
and that's
fight's lost,
exactly what we're
rolls in there
seeing
and dies.
tonight.
Great
Horn
first
Beast
take.
finally,
Easy peasy.
made sure to put in the time, put in the practice, you know, get their skills up to where they need to be,
I don't know
and
what their
now
Mercy's
they're
doing.
just
That's weird.
bringing the fight tonight.
alrighty, and it looks
Kill
like
me.
that was a really solid and quick grab here from the side of the Horn Beast. They are showing their dominance tonight.
It just seems to constantly be a trade with them. Like they, for some reason, GEBaited is always on the high ground, and so they just always take the low ground.
Alrighty, and it looks like they're making their way. They're being really aggressive.
Here
Here
comes
comes
the
the
fire
Use
ultimate.
grab.
supplies.
Or tire. We hit it with the fire strike.
Ooh,
Good
the
stuff.
fire strike.
The
Casual Ops is
Rhine
actually
charges off the
Nice.
cliff with our Rhine. They have no
They
Diva
didn't
mech,
go off.
therefore they have
They
no
went off the
tanks.
side.
We
What
res our
happened
McCree.
there?
We win this fight.
I
Easy
didn't
peasy.
actually see that happen. I
Where
just
did
saw
my
the
quality
replay.
go?
So
Holy
I'm
moly, internet,
assuming
please.
that's what happened.
Hey man, always take the
We
side of
win
the
that fight
dominance,
easy.
and right now
Easy
Horn
peasy.
Beast are
Hard,
just
man.
taking it.
It's hard to be a Ryan when there's places to fall off.
I
Like you
mean,
see that on Junkertown for that first point a lot after the first half. Like you get that charge, there's no walls on like half that map. So
wow, and that's a point B grab here from the side of or I'm sorry, side of the Horn Beast, and right now they've got 4 ultimates. Casual Opsec does have his ultimate though. The question is he going to do something about it? And right now, it looks like just Horn Beast is starting to make something happen. Oh, trying to get this down.
Oh.
Oh, the counter hammer. But
man,
Casual Ops is taking out Darkstorm.
Alright, so
And it looks like
it's
they're getting
important
that fight.
for uh Reinhardt had the right idea. Your Reinhardt had the right idea. He tried to block the shatter. Unfortunately, we didn't use his shield. We kind of used the payload as a shield. And so even though he blocked the shatter, it still went past and knocked down 3 people.
Here
So
from the
you
side
guys
of
need to
GEBaited.
either
Hop
rotate
on
to
in.
your Rhine or your Rhine needs to rotate to you
Oh, he will be
because
taking out Hop on
that
in.
was completely avoidable.
you didn't hear the joke you just made, did you?
No, I did not. What did I say?
GEBaited negated.
What is this? What is this man?
I wish
What
I
is
could make
this?
more of a rhyme. I do
They're
not
so
consider
deep.
myself a poet of sorts.
Why are they here?
Don't get all Shakespeare on me there,
They
buddy.
just lost one for free.
But
All
alright,
right,
it looks
looks
like
like Horn Beasts are pushing
And
back
our
in,
Zarya's at like
trying to
100 charge.
get back onto the point as GEBaited has kind of taken
They use
over.
tire.
The tire coming in from House of Homie, trying to get
We
somebody.
kill it
Hot
again.
Pockets has got
Good
most of it.
shots.
That's his
man, that's
tire
2.
taken down tonight.
And it looks
We
though
almost
like
have shatter because they're bots. They do have shatter. We use grav.
here comes the ultimate.
They
Oh, the
transit. You
forward
see? Look
elbow,
at this.
but the
They
transit
learn.
cheeky. Gonna keep everybody up. The Diva Bomb going in the back.
Good
Nice.
job, everyone repositioning for that one. Kill the
Ooh, very
Junkrat. We
nice.
win
And
this. So
in
that's
comes
2.
Wolfpack picking
Get
up the
this Mercy.
kill.
That's
Nice
another
takedown.
shatter. Big shatter.
Oh my
Kill the
gosh,
Diva.
Mr. Lamanana
Good
getting
stuff.
buried.
Step in front
Alright, but
of the
now we have
horse here.
nothing to like fight with because we just used grav, drag combo, and we used hammer.
And
We
these
have
ultimates are going crazy.
noon
And
coming
that's
up,
giving
and
the
we have
team here
dragons
though.
coming up again.
Being
But
real
that's all
smart
we
on his
got.
ult usage, managing to keep his whole team alive. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
Alright, so let's see. We should
Starting to get on the
focus this
point here.
Reinhardt.
Helix
Good
Snake
job.
looking for some key
They have
picks.
a
Good
blade
job,
going
GEBaited,
up.
taking out Helix
He
Snake.
kills the McCree.
Helix Snake looking for that pickup.
We res the McCree. They res theirs. We have dragons going off in the middle. Loser run. This is a lost fight.
Doesn't manage to land anything.
They burnt
Hits
tire.
Riptire
That's
one
fine.
more time.
Lost fight.
Manages to
It's
clear.
cool.
there we go. Taking out Darkstorm, and that's going to be a clear of the point for right now. 3 minutes, 39 seconds left to go, though, with 0.48 meters. Holy goodness. Talk about cutting it close.
I'm taking the hashtag for the Chibi on this one. Let's go, Chibi. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I love the Chiefs. I love the Chiefs. Are you kidding me? All right, and here we go. They're going in for another offensive push. And it looks like Horn Beast.
Oh!
Good
Casual
grab.
able to get that hammer down.
Ooh, Helix Snake starting to get those picks. Here comes Diva Bomb. Oh, manages to get
Double
to
kill.
with the
All
Beauty Bomb,
right.
and Helix Snake
I need
able
to
to finish
sit
him
back
off.
in.
And I love the Chiefs.
Goodness.
All right, and here we go. They're going in for another
All right, so
offensive
Orion got
push.
trapped.
And it looks
Push up.
like
We
Horn
don't
Beast.
expect that they have shatter. We all
Casual
get
able
shattered,
to get that hammer down.
and
Helix
they all
Snake
clean
starting
up.
to get those picks. Here comes Diva Bomb.
So not expecting that they had
Manages to
shatter
get
kind of
to
ruined that
with
push
the
for us.
Beauty Bomb, and
So
Helix
again,
Snake
keeping
manages to
track of
finish
enemy
him
ults
off.
is
And
really
this might
important.
be a team kill here.
That's something that I've been noticing tonight is that GEBaited is really good about getting the team kills.
Oh my goodness,
Like
yes.
making sure that everybody's picked off. That's the
Yeah,
third
that's
one
the
tonight.
third tonight. Yeah.
Are you sure it's just the third?
Yeah, they got 2 on Horizon and then 1 here.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, but they also had quite a few, especially in Dorado, man.
Did they? Yeah, I guess
Well,
they probably did. Here comes the Wombo combo, but Chibiki again.
coming in clutch. That is incredible. Oh, but the hammer
Oh,
We
down.
get
but the
another
hammer
big
down
shatter.
comes in to clean that up.
Good
Helix Snake
job
in the
peeling your
backside
mercy
of
from the
things,
Genji.
though.
It doesn't manage to land on anyone.
But Hot Pockets
Good
goes
shit, guys.
with that flashback.
Their mercy flies past
Chibi's not in
everyone.
a good position.
Snake right there.
Okay, that was
Charlie
weird.
being the angel of death right now.
Junkrat.
Giving off all
Okay.
those damage boosts. Here
Ooh,
comes
Oh,
Reinhardt.
Casual
Hammer
ultimate.
down coming in for Casual.
Oh, High Noon coming in.
The Genji stands still without deflect.
Couldn't
This
follow
is
up
an
on
easy
that because of
win.
the high noon.
Mercy
Oh
pulls
my
out her
goodness.
pistol
Right
instead of
back into
healing.
Van, popping the
Tries
ultimate,
the
trying to bring
res.
someone back.
Dies. Okay.
Oh, but the
That was a
smart
good
arrow
take.
from
Good
Wolfpack.
take.
Oof, right now, it looks like the Horn Beast might be able to make it a 4-0. Let's see how GEBaited can go ahead and make this happen. Oof, that was weird though. I could swear Helix Snake was about to take out Charvy, but I guess Charvy just barely managed to get out of the way. And I mean, both luck and skill, came in at that point. But I don't know. If I was Mercy, I would be, I would be losing my mind. I hate it. I hate when I hear a Dragon Strike. I hate hearing, Dragon Blade, and then I'm just like, oh, he's coming for me. I know he's coming for me.
See, that's why I picked Zenyatta as my first gold gun healer, because when I hear that blade come in, I just pop that trans, man. I hear that Deadeye, or I hear that Reaper ult, I just pop that trans.
Ugh.
That's the thing, though.
I'm
Like,
sorry, I'm a
Chibi
little bit
mentioned
drained, guys, and I'm just trying to talk on the forum. Oh my goodness.
smart, and
I
he
just
used
had
his
that
skill
pause for
set
like
to
30 seconds.
stop it
Oops.
and manage to get away. But
But
that's like you
great
said.
take.
If you got a good Genji,
We still need to work on
Doomsday for you.
Yeah,
keeping
it's all
track of
about
enemy
timing
ults,
and speed at
but
that
that's
point.
okay.
Can you get away from the damage fast enough?
All right, looks like Hot Pockets is going to be back on the Reaper. Wolfpack has been playing really well as a Hanzo today.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're seeing Chibi Kitty right back on the Zarya. And I
I
love the
should probably
Zarya
skip
blade on this.
this
So,
and get into the meaty
just saying.
parts.
She definitely should stay.
Right there, maybe. A little too far.
Already? Just saying. She
If it would load, that would be great. Do 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 do. Haven't been doing this for almost 3 hours to have it just shut down. Ugh. Okay, we got it on this moment that it starts. It just has to buffer. Oh my goodness. Can someone PayPal me new internet, please? I know that isn't how it
Hey,
works,
just
but
go into
goodness
their office.
God.
That's the thing, though. Don't count.
Is it because it's trying to load it at 1080? I can't do 1080. Stop it. Quality.
Something
Just give
out.
me 480,
Casual
dude.
Llama's been
Just give me
playing well
480.
as well. Casual OpSec. I mean, this is his first match of the night, so setting the bar
Okay.
high. But
So we're
oh,
defending.
look
We have a
at
Reaper.
her.
We somehow already got
This is
33% on
this
Reinhardt. That was a
every
sick
time. I
earth
don't
or
get
sick
it.
fire strike, dude.
Oh, on the pin on Chibiki and
We
Big
already have
Victory
Shatter.
right there. Storm
We
falling in
already
on
have
Mambo.
Shatter.
Oh my god. And it looks like the picks are starting to come here on the side of
You don't
GEBaited.
need to
So
use
is
it.
that
The
Horn
fight's already
Beast?
won.
Oh, the
Already?
We
hammer
use it
down
on nothing.
already
My
from
god.
Bravery. Just
We
they
didn't
went
need to
for
use it.
that
The fight was
ghosting
already
at the
won.
end
It's
and
okay.
just not
Next
successful.
time you get your ult
Yeah,
that
look.
fast and you know the fight's
Think
won,
we
just
were
hold it.
anticipating
Because we
this
kind of just whiffed it
strategy.
on nothing there.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like that's the thing though. Debated doesn't look like they're actually finding their key targets. They've got to get in there. They've got to call out who needs to die first, and they have to execute. All right,
Absolutely.
all right. Looks like they're gonna go ahead and try to figure out another area of attack. They're gonna try to fight them there under the high ground, and they're just gonna go ahead and charge in. But they got to be careful. Hot Pockets is a force to be reckoned with. Get in my van, pop in the ultimate. Oh, here come the ults.
Alright, so seeing as we kind of
Right
like
now,
used
it's
our
Horny bringing back
shatter
Bravery,
on
and they're getting onto the
nothing here,
point. It looks like
we
the picks are starting to come in here on
did
the
not
GEBaited.
prevent
Darkstorm
this. This
managing to
kind of
stay
just
alive,
happened
but
to us.
is this going to be enough? Not necessarily. Chibi Kitty getting taken out, and that's going to be a point
Good
of
job
impact
resetting,
right now on the
Hanzo.
side of GEBaited.
I'm not
Oof.
not certain what happened with Wolfpack.
Dude, this is driving me
You know what though?
nuts.
That's the thing. They came by. Oof.
Not
Thank
certain
you.
what happened with Wolfpack.
Hey, you know what though? That's the thing. They came by. They came at them really quickly. They managed to get those key picks, and oof, that got really tough.
Well, I think what was important in all that is getting my van using that coalescence for them to push in on. Because not only is that healing their team, but it's also damaging the other team. So you have 12 players, some getting overhealed, some getting over damaged. It just ended up really working in their favor, getting those first three picks. They're following up on Cherby and Chibiki right
Okay.
now, and they're just
What
staggering
the
their team
hell?
right now because now they got that far spawn now. The sun
So
coming
right
out
now,
over
Wolf,
that
you are completely alone.
Hot Pocket's trying to stay alive, but it might
Just be
not
careful with
be
peeking
enough.
that much,
Oh,
because
oh,
if you
and
show
they're
yourself,
gonna
you're
need to
giving
get
them an
in there.
invitation to just run
Oh,
into you.
here
oh,
comes.
there's
Uh-oh.
the Wombo combo.
Oh, that was a good bash.
See that stun by Chibiki? Oh,
That was
that
good.
stun came in clutch right there.
That was good.
D.Va
That
Bomb
was good of
almost
them.
didn't make it,
Just
but
unfortunate that
Chibiki just kept
we're still
ghosting.
staggering a little bit.
Stun.
But now
Shield down.
we notice that that happened and we're waiting a little
Maybe
bit.
all got off the point here for a few seconds. It seems like they forgot to get on the payload here.
Don't want to make that mistake twice. Hammer
Oh,
down's coming in for Bravery. Not a lot of follow up there though.
We
Doesn't
burn
get the
Grav.
casual, and they're
We
going for it.
burn.
oh my God! Did he eat
No
it?
wombo combo gets the kill on
Okay,
D.Va.
you're a little bit too close.
Incredible there.
If
That was
the
smart.
dragon can
That was
get
smart.
eaten by
They knew it was
D.Va,
coming.
try and space out a little
Oh, he
bit.
just barely managed to eat it. Didn't
Since it
try.
fires in a straight line in an
Did
infinite
enough to
direction,
actually eat it. I would
you
agree
don't
with
have
that.
to
That's a
be
massive
point
call.
blank.
Oh, definitely.
All right, and it looks like Horn Beast getting their footing one more time. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left under the clock. And I'm impressed with what they're doing. Darkstorm pops out the ultimate.
Good
Wolfpack
job.
might be in some trouble here on the high ground.
They do not have grab
Managing to
anytime
figure out
soon, so
and
this is good.
fight back with the rest of the team. And right now it looks like
All right.
maybe by himself at this point. But it looks like the rest of GEBaited's starting to get
So we
into
need to
that
play
push.
around their shatter.
House of Homie jumping in with
Oh,
Bravery.
that
We block
Eagle
it.
tries
Good
to get the
block.
hammer down in the back line, but Bravery was ready for it.
All right, Bravery still on the point there.
Ooh, we
Oh,
bring out the shatter of our
big
own.
That
We
frag.
get it.
Catch at it.
See how much damage you do.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh! Team kill, first
Kill.
team kill of the
Good.
night
Good
right
stuff.
there for Horn
Horned
Beat. Oh,
Beasts. Oh my god.
Good follow up.
beautifully executed. Oh,
That was
Now we
insane.
only have Hanzo
Good
ult.
lord.
They have Diva Bomb. They have
I was
Beat.
not
that was
anticipating that.
They have a lot of
Hot
stuff.
Pockets has been
gorgeous.
on a roll
We are
tonight.
close to Brig ult. Halfway to
What's
grab.
actually no, that I think about it, it wasn't the first one.
Whoever's up
Hot
there
Pockets
scouting,
was
good job.
was actually a team kill, wasn't it?
Oh, that's true. Second. My
Alright,
apologies.
so the moment you see them like go in
How could
here,
I forget that
you
coin
should
drop?
probably
How
run
could I
into
forget
them.
that?
Yeah,
Oh, here comes the
just like that.
dragons.
Get to
Good
the
stuff.
room. Get to
So
the room.
while the
Get to the
dragon
room.
is in there, they're
I'm seeing
split,
the last
so
hit.
you can
That's
follow the
good.
dragon.
Leaving the rest of his team.
Their
Oh, but
bomb is
Hanzo's
up.
trying to come
Bomb
in.
coming in.
Oh, taking out
Ran
Hanzo.
out of Wraith. That's feels bad.
Didn't have the wraith right there. I'm guessing. Hammer
Gets
gonna come in for the bomb
canceled.
set.
They drop
Trying
another
to take out
hammer.
Bravery.
Good
Oh,
bubble.
what the clutch save there by Chibi Kitty, keeping him alive. Oh, and
Oh,
Bravery
and the
taking
So
out
many
second on the
Hanzo.
charges.
deck.
Ooh, that's some revenge right
Alright.
there. Clutch shield save by
So,
Chibi Kitty. I'm
ooh,
telling you, man.
how
Oh,
low are
they're
you?
still doing
Yikes.
damage. They're pushed way away from the payload, but it's still making work happen. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock. Chibiki and Charby
Okay,
on
that's fine.
point, just
They
trying to
burnt
hold
Grav.
together. But that graviton from Helix Snake, that's just not gonna let anything happen.
Darkstorm trying to keep the point alive by
On,
himself. This might
I've
not
got
be
a
good
touch.
though.
There we go. Wolf
Huge
Angel gets the
shatter.
hammer down.
Huge
Ends
shatter.
up taking out, getting
Clean
the
it
last
up,
hit in for
boys.
Sulama.
Get the.
Kills are starting to
I
come in
would
here.
get
One
the.
piece. Oh, here
Okay.
comes the.
That was a decent grab.
Wombo
Oh,
combo.
the one-two
Good
punch.
stuff. You can't let that Zarya get out with that
Love it.
charge.
House of
So go
Homie.
ahead
No,
and.
absolutely. No other
Okay,
choice.
you're kill the Zarya. Good.
Darkstorm taking out
The
the House
Diva's
of Homie.
trying to get out. I don't think she can. Nope, she goes
Oh, how
straight
about
up
we
in
get
the air for some
Akuma?
reason. Okay.
You know
Ooh,
what?
Good
Ooh,
cleanup.
Akuma.
dagger.
I like that
This
better than
Moira is feeding.
that hashtag. The hot blossom.
The hot
She thought she
blossom.
could C9
The
you
hot
guys, but you guys are
blossom.
already heading back the card
On
anyway.
target. I like it.
There we go.
Right now, 1 minute and 15 seconds left under the clock. GEBaited is on the final stretch. They've only got about 3 meters to go. One win, and they go ahead and keep themselves on the scoreboard. If not, that is it. A 4-0 sweep here on the side of Horn Beasts.
All right, 60 seconds left on the clock. They're coming
This
in
is very
for
interesting. They
probably
run
the
around this
final
side.
push right here.
We run our
Graviton
Reaper.
coming out from
We
Chibiki.
ult, but there's nobody there.
Blossom coming in. Doesn't end up getting anybody though. Just too much healing.
So if we would have waited a little bit long.
Oh,
Oh, that's an
Chibiki.
unfortunate
Res
boop.
coming
He booped
in
you straight up.
for Chibiki. And
No
they're
But
charge.
yeah,
trying
it's
so hard right now
if
to
we would
keep
have
it
just
from
waited a little
being
bit
almost
longer,
casual.
we would have been able to wipe them with
Leaving
that Death
target
Blossom.
woods on the
Everything
point.
to try to hold on to the point. Hot Pocket getting it, trying to get in there, but
That's okay. We got it to overtime, I
just
think,
too
right?
much,
We got the overtime.
too much volume. Not enough damage right
Means
there.
we got a minute.
If only it held on to
It's
it for a
100%
couple more
winnable.
seconds, hadn't blown it so early, that could have been the game-defining ultimate right there. But all right, it looks like they kept themselves onto the
They're
map,
still
and
in it.
they're gonna be doing their final offense here. 1 minute on the clock for them, so they're gonna have to be quick, and they're gonna have to be secure with what they're gonna be doing here.
Well, that's the thing is that it worked real. On the offense, this first and second point worked out really well for them, and they made them pretty quick for the most part. The
Alright, so
only
we
what
just
they
gotta hold
started
it for one.
getting stuck at
One or two
was
pushes.
that third point.
Easy peasy.
So if they can make it happen, they can end up putting Horn Beast in a really precarious position.
Ooh, I like that word, precarious.
Precarious. We are educated here at the Overwatch Calvary Club. Let me get
I
my
should probably
coffee.
skip instead of
Sounds like it sounds like you need
falling
a Humble
asleep.
Pipe and a waffle.
Alright.
Poke on the rocks, please.
Ten
But don't
seconds.
take that stuff,
Doop-a-doo.
because then there'll be no bubbles.
Deepy dop.
Fizz
Start
everywhere.
the
Alrighty.
match.
We're
Let's
gonna see here the final
go.
calls on the
they're literally just ready to jump on the point.
Mm-mm. They go straight under,
There's
but they
no
leave their
way
own
to
in the
hold
dust.
that position than to just
We
jump
hold
on
high
the
ground,
point.
which is very good against Death Ball.
Alrighty, and it looks like
Diva
yeah,
flies up,
we're starting to
she
see
falls down.
Wolfpack
Ryan
maybe
should
in a
jump.
very
There
good
we go.
spot.
Ryan gets
Oh,
bounced.
now he's
So we
getting
go
now
straight
he's
into them.
getting
We
pushed way
brawl.
back
We
up.
brawl it,
It's like,
boys.
nope,
Good
not going
positioning.
down. And
Mercy.
the
Oh,
pick
yeah.
Brig
coming
gets
in on Darkstorm right there.
whatever.
It's one for
Ooh.
one right
We're
now.
good
Oh, the res comes in. Hot Pocket's doing work. Has to
on
take some bravery right there. Res is already used.
Lucio. Or actually
Ooh, right
Diva.
now it's
Diva
looking good on the
first.
15
side of
seconds
Hornby.
Oh,
left on the
Hornby,
Lucio's
clock.
fine. Diva now.
they've got the pick.
Good
Lots of Homie
stuff.
ammo left on the clock. They did
Very
manage to get that
clean.
first pick though.
Taking that high ground
No,
was
they
very
didn't.
good
They
because we
didn't. They
expected
were
them to come that
close.
way.
They were
No, they
close, but it
didn't.
was not enough. And that's gonna be it right now. 2 minutes, 17 seconds, I believe.
Yep,
And all
you
they
got
have
it.
to get is that first tick. Otherwise, it's a
Hmm.
tie tonight.
And you guys rolled them on first point last time, so this should be pretty easy.
Between these two,
I don't think they've ever had a tie. This might actually be a first. But
it
that's the
might
thing though.
be.
That's
Let's
the thing
see
though.
how the defense goes. It was exactly the same way for um, Horn Beast on the offense. They Jebaited held the high ground, right where the history of Numbani sign is. They went the low ground, took the point very quickly. So the question is, are Jebaited going to switch up their strategy to make sure that they're prepared for that immediate push in?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm under the impression if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that strategy is not broke, so I would say give it another go. That's my take. I don't know what they're gonna want to do with this, but in the background, that's where things
That's
get
Alright,
tough.
so we do
Now
our
Helix Snake keeping
classic go
eyes on the low
underneath.
ground right there, letting them know if
They
they need to
still
jump down.
don't.
And they're
Oh,
coming.
Okay, they know
Here
that
they
time.
come.
casual obsec not
So
taking
they all drop
not
on you
taking the
guys.
fall.
See what happens.
Ooh, but it
We
looks like
swing,
it's
we
also
swing,
starting
we
to happen.
swing, we
Darkstorm
swing.
trying to take out casual obsec.
We
Doesn't look
kind
like
of
Brig's
fall
gonna
back a
make
little
it.
bit.
Oh,
Orion charges and
oh,
somehow gets the
the pin
mercy.
on the Brigette, but gets
She
the
kind of
point
walks
van.
into it.
That is
That pin won us
miss one
this.
pick to get another. That's the one you gotta get.
Very
That's
interesting
Lawless
why
right
the
now. How's
mercy
the home
ran
team
into
right
the
now?
pin though.
Shooties
That was
all left,
interesting.
and that's it, folks.
Incredible
That's all she
Yep,
wrote.
that's
gameplay
pretty
from
much
the side of the
the entire
Hornbeasts.
series for you guys. So a lot of what I saw, there's a lot of things that could be fixed, but a lot of things that we did very well. Obviously, we're communicating because we were able to follow up on a lot of plays and a lot of ult combos, which is very good. Uh, things that we need to work on is over ulting, such as like using stuff on people that are running away, and that is very like obviously the fight's over, the fight's already won, so might as well save ultimates. Uh, Knowing exactly when to use an ultimate. Uh, Something else is just learning how to play new heroes and new like comps because I saw you guys were trying to do that, but it's obvious you haven't had a lot of practice on dive tanks, and you guys are falling into a. I'm afraid you guys will fall into a habit of picking your comfort picks, which right now happens to be Death Ball with Mercy and McCree Hanzo with a Brig. So if we are only known for one tricking that one comp, people will figure out how to play around us and we will get stomped. So in practice, I want you guys to try and focus on other comps, other heroes, anything that you can work on to try against other people that isn't the same death ball with Brig and Hanzo type of feel. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me or anything like that, feel free to hit me up or do anything through Discord because I'm always on Discord, usually 24/7. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. This has been fun working forward to working with you guys more. Have a good one.